Hey guys, this is Mike and Emma from Objective Secured. We're here to introduce our very first YouTube battle report for 2018.
And the first one in this particular format. So we're changing it up a little bit for 2018, trying some new things and seeing how they work.
Yeah, so you'll obviously notice that both Emma and I are mic'd up, and I will hopefully get rid of this headset for another lapel mic in the near future.
In the very near future, yeah.
But what it's going to allow us to do is film a full 2.5 hour game with both players mic'd up, so you can listen to the commentary of the two players as they play. And it's going to let us then show you the board from our usual top-down perspective, so you can keep track of the game and listen to basically the results and follow along the game much more closely than we have done with some of the sped-up versions that we've tried.
Yeah, so what we're hoping to achieve is perhaps for some of the newer players, or I mean not necessarily for some of the newer players, but we're hoping to show some of the strategy that goes on behind the thinking patterns for the different gamers and how people think through, so why they're moving their models, and we sort of found that we couldn't necessarily show that in a sped up version of this. And we couldn't think of a way to do that and to, I guess, share some of the thinking that goes on behind it that's not necessarily written in your codex. So that's why we're trialling this format.
Yeah, so make sure you leave a note in the comments what you thought about the format, or you can send us an email or any of the other usual links to get in touch with us that'll be at the end of this video. We chose one of our favourite local hobbyists and a good friend of ours, Ghislaine. She's come along to play our very first inaugural game. Yeah. She's running Death Guard.
Death Guard against your Sisters of Battle.
Yep, my sisters from years and years ago.
Time ago. And that's 1,500 points in about 2.25 hours.
Yeah, the game hit the full 2 hour mark. We do time it. We use the Objective Secured scoring app for that, so we keep track
Available from iTunes.
So we keep track of that for the whole game, and there'll be screenshots interposed throughout the game as I took a couple of scores mid-then. We'll post them up in as well. Mm-hmm. And then we hit the 2 hour mark, and we kind of played it out an extra 10 minutes because we were that close to finishing the final turn that we just decided we'll let it slide and we'll play it out a little bit longer. Great game, lovely lady to play against, and it's the very first game I've ever played against her, despite knowing her for a number of years now. So
yeah, and at the end of the game, at the end of this video, we will put in a short post-game wrap-up interview, and again, that's talking through some of the things when you looked at the army. What did you think was scary? What were you thinking that you needed to do? How did that work? If it didn't work, how did you change up what you were thinking, what you were doing? Just to try and give you a bit of an insight into the way that gamers who are perhaps more experienced in WA tournaments, how they think about these kinds of things.
Yeah, and hopefully you can let us know for future videos how we can improve the format, and we'll see it evolve and grow over the next 12 months.
Yeah, beautiful.
But until then, we hope you enjoy the game, and be sure to do all the usual share, like, subscribe type stuff, and we'll hopefully see you for the next video. But until then, enjoy the game. So this is Ghislaine's 1,500 point army for today. It's a battalion of Death Guard and a patrol of Chaos Demons. The Death Guard are rocking a Lord of Contagion just down here at the front, and a Demon Prince at the back. The big nasty looking man with the holy wings. He's the Warlord. He's got a 2+ armor save relic, and he also has the Warlord trait that lets him regain wounds every turn. We've got 2 units of 19 Poxwalkers and 5 Plague Marines with 2 plasma guns and a Power Fist as the 3 troop choices. We've got a Blight Hauler with multi-melter and missile launcher, and a Fetid Bloat Drone with a couple of its awesome Plague Flamers as the 2 fast attack choices. And then in the Demons Patrol, we've got Be'lakor, the Dark Muster as the HQ, we've got 10 Plague Bearers, and we've got a Nurgle marked Soul Grinder to make up the heavy support. So that's 1,500 points. It's about 60 models, a lot of durability there with disgustingly resilient on pretty much everything other than Be'lakor. And it's going to walk towards me, hopefully fairly slowly, while shooting very little. That's the goal, and we'll see what happens. There are a lot of Poxwalkers there, though, so they're going to take some killing, and obviously they'll start regenerating, and there's different stratagems you can use on them as well, but thankfully no Typhus today. A little bit of Psychic as well. I don't have a great deal of anti-Psychic, so we'll see what happens there. I'll be able to stop the odd Smite every now and again, but I think it's going to be an uphill battle in that regard as well. So I think Celestine's got her work cut out for her in this one. So we'll be back with my army in just a second. Okay guys, so this is my 1,500 point army for today's game. It's a battalion detachment of Sisters of Battle. So what we've got is, at the very back of the screen there you can see the St. Celestine model. This is the original model that they produced back in 3rd or 4th edition, I forget when exactly. Slightly converted to have the wings. She's a little bit smaller, so we'll be playing a little bit leniently with her line of sight today. At the very front of the screen you can see a Canoness. She's armed with an Eviscerator. And in the middle of the screen there as well, you should be able to see just behind her the first of my Elites choices. So I've got a Magifier with the banner. I have 3 Death Cult Assassins. Then moving into the troops choices, I've got 3 squads of Sisters of Battle. So they're 10 models each, one with a melter gun, one with a flamer, and then the veteran Sister Superiors all have Condemner bolt guns. I've got 2 Retributor squads in my heavy support space, one with 4 multi-melters and one with 4 heavy bolters, and again both the veteran sisters have Condemner bolt guns. I've got a 10 model Seraphim squad as a fast attack choice, with the veteran sister having a chainsword. I've got an Exorcist battle tank on the left hand side of the screen there as another heavy support choice, and I've got 5 Dominions with 4 melter guns and the veteran sister with a combi flamer as a fast attack choice, and they're going to be riding in the Immolator at the back of the screen there with the Immolator flame cannon. So that's 1500 points. It's quite a lot of models for 1500 points, I'll admit. There's about 70 models in the army there, 65 or 70 models. And the tanks have gotten a lot more durable than previous years. The Exorcist in particular is toughness 8, which when you can park it in cover as well makes it particularly durable. So it's another infantry-based army. It should be a really good match for the Death Guard because we're both going to kind of slog towards each other. But I suppose we'll see what the missions are like. It's got 3 possible Acts of Faith a turn, which when you watch the game you'll see I forget occasionally because I'm still getting used to this army. So Celestine has an automatic one every turn. Then on a 2+, I'll get another Act of Faith from just the army rules because it's a Sisters of Battle attachment. And then I've also got a 4+ using the Magifier to get a 3rd one off for a unit within 6 of her. So she becomes quite pivotal because the ability to shoot multiple times, particularly with the heavy bolters and multi-melter units, seem like they're going to be a pretty brilliant option. So I can definitely see me including more Magifiers in future games just to try and make sure that each of those squads has the ability to double fire when I need them to. But that's 1500 points for today's game, so without further ado we'll get stuck into it. So we're playing Vanguard Strike and Recon from Chapter Approved. It's Mission 6 of the Maelstroms. It's 3 cards a turn, and we only get a third of our starting forces. We're both rolled. Ghislaine's got her Demon Prince, Fetid Bloat Drone, and then 2 units of 19 Poxwalkers. I've got a unit of 10 Sisters with a Heavy Flamer, my Canoness, 10 Seraphim, and 10 Retributors with 4 multi-melters to start. So I've deployed my Seraphim first. They're done.
Alright, I put a unit of Poxwalkers kind of hidden in this building.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, are we doing like line to line for cover? Yeah. Sort of double check.
Now, unfortunately, the buildings don't have bases yet. It was more important to block the windows up, and if you have a look around these buildings, nearly all of them are blocked up on the ground floor. There's a couple that still have doorways, but for the most part the ground floor is pretty secure.
Alright, that should be 19.
I'm going to do my multi-melty squad of Retributors next.
Oh, except they're not. I have to bring back because they're not actually on the table, my bad. Oh. I got carried away there. I was like, what's this dice doing there?
Oh, that's the edge of my deployment zone. Alright.
You ready for the next one?
So yeah, I'll chuck my second drop here is 10 Retributors with 4 multi-melters.
Cool. There's the statue. And I'm going to put the second squad in this building over here.
Cool. And while you're doing that, my 3rd drop on my Canoness with a Eviscerator.
Cool.
She'll stand right here looking threatening with a very big chainsword.
Yeah. Looking badass.
Well, she does have a giant burning torch on the back of her, like, furry cape with her nun haircut, so I can't imagine that she's concerned about flammability, but I would be.
And I know Poxwalkers don't have unit champions, but I have one anyway.
Yes, yep.
So he's going to stand up on the objective.
Your what are they, Commissar?
Yeah.
Tell me that Rick's the other champion for the other squad.
Oh, he can be. He is now. There we go.
All right.
If you've got a coat, you're pretty cool when your pox will go
That's
around.
it.
So there you go.
It'll keep you warm. Your guts are falling out.
Yeah.
I've got 3 down so far. So
All right. So I'm gonna place my bloat drone.
what's the penalty for the bloat drone's flamers on him? Is it neg 2 or neg 3?
Neg 1.
Oh, okay.
He's neg 2 in close combat.
Okay. And he's
because it probes you.
and he's 2d6 as well, isn't he, when he shoots?
Yep. Automatic hits.
Yeah.
This is a fun bit. I'm just gonna go over here.
Okay, well, my last drop, because I went first, we both got 4 drops, which means I actually get the +1.
Yeah, that's true.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Will be my Battle Sister squad here with the helmets, and 1 heavy flamer. I used to use these as Celestians, because that was the only way you could get a heavy flamer in the squad, and of course now you can put them everywhere, so it's good because it gave me a 3rd troop choice.
Alright, and my warlord is going to just kind of...
I'd like to think that we're coming to cleanse the city at this point, because the city looks pretty messed up.
Yeah, it looks like we might have been holding it for a little while.
Yeah.
Alright.
So we don't need any of these anymore. Before we roll for first turn, have you got your psychic powers all sorted? And
yeah. So he's got 2, but he can only use 1 a turn.
okay.
So he's got Smite and Putrescent Vitality.
Is that the +1 strength and toughness? Yep.
Since I don't have typhus, I need to find some
Yep.
other way to buff my poxhookers if I can.
And Bellacor's got...
Bellacore has Smite, and he can have 2 other Dark Hereticus ones.
warp time and...
No, I can't do that.
Oh,
No, it's the one from the Demon book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I forget what they're called. I will look it up and let you know in a,
No, that's cool.
a second.
Just querying.
Yeah.
It's a phase I can skip, that's all.
Yeah.
So.
Gift of Chaos, which needs a 6, and I can basically do a mortal wounds based on a toughness test.
Oh, okay.
And let's go Infernal Gaze. I'll go all the crazy
damage
stuff.
dealing ones?
Yeah, let's do that. That way.
And the Lord of Contagion's not a psyker, is he?
No.
Okay.
No, so that's all I've got.
I deny 1 dice whenever you target my units, and I have a command point, like a stratagem that lets me deny them 1 dice on a 4+.
Okay.
I start the game with 6 command points.
Oh yeah. I have
6.
Yeah, easy. Actually, I'll use one of my...
What are you, Nurgly dice?
Yeah. They're the ones I don't pick up, so it makes it easier.
So at the end of our first movement phase, we get to roll for all the other units, and then everything else comes on at the end of turn 2, end of the turn 2 movement phase, regardless. So, before we get started though, good luck.
Yeah. Thanks for having me as well.
Yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting game because I haven't played a lot of the stuff you're fielding today, and I haven't used my Sisters of Battle in... Well, this is their first 8th edition game, and I don't remember seeing them on the table for 7th or even 6th, so...
Yeah. And I haven't actually played Sisters before, though.
Well, we're going to learn together. I'm
Yeah.
just going to set up the timers and everything very quickly so that we can make sure we're sticking to our 2 hours. I can never spell your name. I-S-L-I...
L-A-I-N-E.
L-A-I-N... There we go.
Yeah.
I do my best, but sometimes it's... I know how to spell it, and then I just can't. Done. So first turn. +1 for me.
Yep.
I got a 6.
Oh, that's a 7.
So I'm going first.
The only thing, though, that's now Nurgle's number, so maybe
Oh,
it means something.
Well, you can still get to C's. Still get to C's.
That's true. All right, I'll give it a go. Why not?
No. Nurgle says no.
Nurgle says it's biding its time.
3 cards. Secure objective 1, which I think I'm stood on. I am.
That's handy.
Master the Warp is a discard because I don't have a Psyker. Supremacy. And Hold the Line, which I can't score in the first turn anyway. So I can score objective 1 and maybe Supremacy. There's 1 objective. Oh no, I'm not going to
Is
get
that holding 3?
Yeah, I'm not going to get it this turn.
I was a bit objective hungry with the deployment. I'll admit.
Alright, so it's actually going to be a reasonably short turn for me. So we're just going to... Oh, so I'm literally not going to get any shots this turn, I don't think. And then Battle Sister Squad. She belongs in that squad. This is the one problem with these metal models, is keeping track of who's who.
Yeah. Because the poses are a little bit similar.
Yeah, and then from the top, they're all just
Yep.
nuns with guns. They're all just the same sort of model again and again and again, which makes it even harder.
It's because they're so disciplined getting their hair cut at exactly the same time. Yeah.
I've just realised I forgot to roll for my Axe of Faith, which has to be done at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
I believe.
It's still kind of the start.
It's one of those ones where if you're not familiar with it and you don't do it every game, it's really easy to forget these things. And because I only read this last night, it hasn't helped me. Roll a d6 at the start of each of your turns. On a 2+, I can perform an Act of Faith. So if you don't mind, I'll roll for her.
Go ahead.
I can. I will use Hand of the Emperor on my Seraphim. And that immediately lets them move as if it was the movement phase. So they're basically going to do a double move.
Twice, yeah.
And they move 12 from memory. But like I said, I didn't look at it last night, so... On the upside, it's a very short list of units, so it should be easy to find. 12. So they're going to move 24.
Yep.
So... the squad leader is going to end her move there. The lead one is going to end her move there. And then they're all going to string themselves out. Playing it a little bit loosely, but I won't exceed the maximum distance. I'll string them out behind. A little bit away from the edge, because they are metal models.
Yeah.
So that's the end of my movement phase. I don't think my shooting phase I've got anything in range. No. I've got no psychic phase, I've got no assault phase. I score secure objective 1.
Very nice.
And your turn. 3 minutes, my turn 1.
Wow.
You know what I just realised? I didn't roll for my units, but I missed it, and I declared the end of my turn, so...
Yeah, so what's the...
At the end of the movement phase, you meant to roll for your army, and on a 3+, you get them.
Okay.
So I could have had my Retributors, my Exorcist, all of my other tanks.
So is that end of the movement?
End of the movement phase.
I'll say you can roll it if you want.
Are you sure? Because that's completely my stuff up.
You haven't actually done anything else, so... I see this is a friendly game.
Alright.
But we're on record, so if it goes wrong, I can blame it on that.
I've got a very lovely opponent today, apparently, because I would have quite happily worn that. That's my fault.
That's all good.
Okay, Exorcist 3+. Yes. Immolator 3+. Yes. So both the tanks with the unit embarked. So they're both coming on. That will give me shooting because that's got a much longer range.
Yep.
Celestine? No. Death Cult? No. Imagifier? Yes. So she's going to come on. I've got heavy bolter retributors. No.
That's a lot of ones.
And then 2 squads. They've got to be set up wholly within 6 and within my deployment zone. So I'm probably not going to have much shooting now I think about it, because it's going to be quite a cozy little deployment. Maybe get a shot at that Demon Prince just because he's so wide.
And so that counts as your movement, does
Yeah,
it?
they move on at the end of the movement phase.
Cool.
Wholly within 6. No, they're embarked, so it's just these 2 squads as well. And then, like I say, the only thing that'll actually get a shot at anything is the Exorcist, because it's 48-inch range, so I might actually have a shot at the Demon Prince.
Oh, he's hiding behind something, so unless you can specifically target characters.
That is very true. Well, in that case then, the only thing I can see is your commissar. Stood up the top there.
Being heroic.
Yeah, being heroic and
he can take it.
foolish in equal measure. It's it's heavy D6, I should say. So I move, so it's -1. It's firing 2 shots. It's hitting on 3s, -1 for heavy. 1 hit. Strength 8.
Toughness 3.
Wounds, it's
Yep.
-4.
Yeah, so I don't get my cover save.
And D3 damage.
Yep.
So 3
Alright. 3 disgusting resilience on the one man.
on the one dude.
And he dies pretty good.
Okay.
But
But it doesn't have to be doesn't have to be him.
it's probably this guy, so he's like, no, you killed me.
I got 1. So there's some extent of me getting to re-roll that deployment was 1 Poxwalker.
Yeah.
Good to know. Now it's your turn.
Alright, so I've got 3 cards. I get Blood and Guts, so destroying something in the fight phase. Death March.
Oh, that's one of the specific
Yeah.
ones.
Score 1 victory point if at least 3 friendly Death Guard infantry units are completely within your opponent's half of the battlefield. Is that like the diagonal half?
No, it's the long bordages.
Okay.
So you've just got to trip
Yep.
over the middle.
So that could happen. And no prisoners. So I've got to try and destroy things basically.
So it's going to be a low-scoring game for the first few turns, I suspect.
All right.
Oh, of course, the Demon Prince has got less than 10 wounds, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I was
he
thinking
sure
like the
does.
Bloodthirsters and those bigger things that wander around with 14 or 16
Yeah.
wounds.
No, they changed it so he could sneak behind things. Which is handy.
Ah, that's very cunning.
Ooh, all right. Well, game is telling me to go aggressive, so that's I can probably manage that. Oh, I can advance and still shoot. So
Oh,
see
you can
if for
too,
some
'cause
reason I can get
They're
in
assault weapons.
5. All right. So
Moves 10.
I believe so. 15. Whoops. And move the building with it. That's how awesome it is at moving. There we go.
What's the range on its gun?
9. So I'm still out. But
Thank God for that.
at least I get a little bit
I don't
closer.
like those things. The one other game I've played against Nurgle was against 3 of them. And my Eldar army went, oh, I don't want to go anywhere near that. And I got very fortunate. One rolled up to a wave serpent, reduced it to a single wound in a single volley, but somehow it lived, which I'll take as a win.
So I'm not going to get the Death March this turn, but I think I kind of wanted to, steer clear of other things anyway. So
Big
that's
heavy
okay.
weapons?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get no points this turn. So let's kind of scoot these guys around. They're just going to sneak further into the building.
They're basically guardsmen, aren't they, in terms of combat ability, or are they better in combat?
Well, they have 2 attacks each.
Okay.
They hit on 5s unless there's more than 10.
So they're going to hit on 4s instead?
So they hit on 4s,
Yep.
for a little while. And then they're just going to get straight up there. So they do a lot of attacks, so it looks scary, but they don't tend to do a lot of damage.
And they're strength and toughness 3, aren't they?
Yep. Unless I can buff them up, but I don't
Probably
know. if
too
I've
far away now.
Yeah, possibly am. I'm just going to try and get behind
And they're
things.
they're 7+ armor, aren't they?
Yeah.
So-
I'm just going to advance them just so I can get them all in the building.
Yeah, sure.
Seems reasonable. 2 more inches.
Should be enough.
Yeah. I can just scoot under there. Yeah, or at least it'd be harder for you to see me.
Oh, look, even if I kill a couple, then you get it for the rest of the unit.
Yeah. I'll scoot them over here. Cool.
Cool.
They're going to stay here. Alright.
At the end of the movement phase, roll for the rest of your units, because I forgot.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you play a new mission as well. It doesn't help that
Yeah, we
new
both-
army, new mission, everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So what have we got? You've got the Lord of Contagion. Do you want to roll them on the table and
Yep.
I'll
That sounds good.
speak them out?
Lord Contagion comes on.
Plague Marines.
Yep.
The Blight Hauler.
Yep.
The Soul Grinder.
Yep.
Be'lakor.
No.
Thank God. And the Plague Bearers.
No.
So Be'lakor and his minions hang about, but all the
Everything
rest of the
else.
big scary stuff turns up. So it's in your deployment zone, wholly within 6 inches of your board edge.
The Lord of Contagion though can show up.
Deep strike?
Yeah.
Yes, he's allowed to do that. The mission said so.
So I think we're gonna do.
Table in a long time.
Yeah. And with the Death Guard book, because I could take a Defiler, not my Soul Grinder, I was like, oh, okay, he's going to sit on the shelf for a little while. Alright.
It's funny, the last time I saw Soul Grinders was Andrew Horton.
Yep.
A couple of years ago in Masters using Orcs with them, where he had like 3 or 4 Morkanauts or Gorkanauts and then a half a dozen Soul Grinders.
Yep.
Because of the way the Allies rules worked. That was 7th edition.
Yeah. Actually, if I can sneak him around the corner, I will. 21 and a half. Alright, we'll go there. Looks like he's got bodyguards. Trying to decide how silly I want to be with this guy. Yeah, I'll probably give him a cover save for now. Yeah, I'll put him there. So he's a bit closer to the action, but not like ridiculously so.
Yeah, and we'll treat that as a crater.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Psychic phase?
Yeah, so, all right, let's have a look. The putrescent vitality is 18 inches. So that should be reasonable to give at least them. Yep, them as well. So I'll do it on them actually, it'll be better.
So this squad here?
Yep. So that's +1 strength and toughness, and I need a 6. I do.
I can't stop it.
All right. And then, well, that's actually you can just do 1, so that's.
Oh, that's the end of it.
I was like, smart, no. So we'll leave it at that. And then in terms of shooting, I don't have a lot that's going to happen either because actually he's going to be in range.
And your missile launcher is at 48 like a normal one?
Yeah.
So he is actually going to be in range.
Perfect. All right. So
and I don't know about the Soul Grinder because I don't know what its guns are.
Yeah, he's got a 48 and a 36. So, but I haven't used him for a while.
Oh,
so
he's got like a Reaper thing on his arm, doesn't he?
He's got, where is he? Soul Grinder. Okay. He has a Harvester Cannon, which is 48 inches, and then Flag Bombardment is 36.
.36 is basically it's these squads here for certain.
Yep.
48 obviously trips out over this way.
Yep.
So 48 from him will actually hit using line of sight. You'll be able to come down here.
What's the toughness of your tanks?
7.
7?
They're basically rhino holes.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and what's in those tanks?
So this is just a gun tank.
Yep.
This is 2 heavy flamer, or it's an Inferno flamer cannon, the sister special one.
Yep.
And then the squad inside it has 4 melter guns and a combi flamer.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna shoot at that.
Every time you say 4 melter guns, someone says, I'm going to shoot at that.
And
so that's the Harvester Cannon?
That's the, yeah, the Harvester Cannon. And then the Flag Bombardment will do...
the multi squad?
Yep. And that's, he's shooting, so it's easy. Alright, so...
are they heavy or assault?
Yeah, heavy. Also kind of moved.
Yes.
Heavy moved.
Yeah.
And he's not S-card, so don't ignore it. So neg 1 to hit. And he needs 4, so 5s to hit tank over there.
The tank?
Whoa, 2 hits.
hits. Strength?
Strength 7.
So 4s to wounds?
2 wounds.
2 wounds. AP?
Neg 1.
So 4+ armor? There we go.
Very nice. Alright. And then heavy D6.
That's more armor saves that I made in the entire of yesterday for the last game I played. So 2 shots.
Okay, thank you. That disappeared behind the
all
building.
of them were 2, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Cool. Alright, so 5s as well since I moved.
No.
There are 2 misses.
Wow, we've got 1. Oh, what was that?
That was one of my models. Alright.
Plague Marine?
Yeah, I think the cable got it.
Ah.
Alright, my champion. You should be alright. Okay.
Wow, we've managed 1 Poxwalker kill in the entire
Oh yeah,
game.
this is the most fascinating game that ever has been. And I'll shoot my
missile
launcher over there. Just double check.
So you can see both the vehicles.
Yeah, I'll shoot the same one.
Yep. So immolator.
Yep. There he is.
See, that unit normally gets a scout move at the start of the game, but because I didn't actually get to deploy it,
Yeah.
all the melter guns are going to have to wait until probably at least turn 3 to shoot.
Yep. Alright, one shot, hitting on a 4.
Crack missile?
Yep.
No.
Misses. And I'm not going to bother re-rolling that at this point, so
No, fair
sweet.
enough.
Fascinating stuff.
Yep.
Yep. And I
Any
have...
cards to score?
No, because I didn't go across to your
Not
half.
quite.
Not quite, but I'll hold on to that.
You've got two units.
Yeah. There's one destroying the fight phase. So is it we say up to 3?
Up to
each turn?
3, yep.
I'll probably hold on to these this turn. We'll see what happens.
Alright, well, I get one new card, which is Blood and Guts. Oh, that's not great. I don't really want to get in combat with you if I can help it. Right, I'm going to remember to do things in the right order for this game.
Alright.
At the start of the turn, I roll for my Axe of Faith.
Yep.
On a 2+, I can pick a unit. I can pick a unit. I'm going to pick my Retributor squad with multi-melters. They're going to shoot as if it was the shooting phase.
Yep, very good.
So all the multi-melters are in range. However, there's only 2 of them that are going to get the double damage, or the extra damage roll.
Yep.
I've got 2 bolters that aren't going to be able to see you. So I'm going to have 4 multi-melters, 3 bolters and a condemner bolt gun. And the bolt guns are all going to be at over half range. You're not a Psycho, eh? For the drone?
No.
So 4 standard bolt guns, 3s. And strength 4, so I'm assuming it's 5s.
Toughness 7.
Yep. 1 wound, no AP.
Okay, so 3+ armor save, which I pass.
2 multi-melters at over half range.
Yep.
Strength 8.
Yep. So 3s.
1 wound, neg 4, I believe, a multi-melter.
Yep. So I'll go 5+ invulnerable because I'm a demon.
Of course.
I pass.
And the 2 multi-melters at half range. 1 hit, 3s to wound.
Maybe we're using water pistols.
Well, I've done nothing. So the Imagifier that's now on the table gives me a second Act of Faith, but only on a 4+.
Okay.
And it's a 2, so it does not work this turn. So now we go to my movement phase. See, I'm going to start doing things the right way, I promise. I actually know how to play this game, honest. Which is going to involve me firing more multi-melters at that thing.
Yep.
I think he can stay right where he is. These sisters. It's one of the things I like about no blast markers anymore. You can be a little bit more liberal with your with your movement, and not worry too much about it. Does this thing have the fly keyword?
Yes.
Okay. The lady's going to drive up to there. I'm assuming it's still out of range though, sadly. Unless its guns are assault, at which point I might just advance it and see if I can burn something before you blow it up. The Immolation Flamer is assault, and it's a range 12 flamer. So I'll advance. And my range 12 flamer is now in range.
Advancing sideways, that's pretty cool. Doing some.
Oh yeah, look,
some drifts.
We'll do it that way. There we go. So 12-inch move, and then it's 3 to the edge, 3 up, and 2 across. It's an 8-inch charge from there. What's his movement?
4.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just like the Foxwalkers.
So we can afford to be conservative at the moment, because I remember what he does in combat, and it's not pretty.
That's why I kind of wanted to get him closer, but I didn't want to have him all on his own without my full force.
Canoness is just going to move into there to help with intervention if she can. This sister's squad. Move in like that. I'm snagging myself on the building as well now.
Yeah.
End of my movement phase, everything else rocks up.
I'm actually pretty impressed he's okay, because he's
Yeah,
got a lot of
he's got little pointy
fiddly
bits, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Celestine's going to rock up.
I kind of tuck the cable.
Yeah, I've been trying to throw it over my shoulder and it's not really working. So yeah, Celestine will deploy there. Now, I'm going to be a bit liberal with you in terms of line of sight for her, because she is, even with the conversion with the wing, she's a lot shorter. So I'm more than happy to be a bit liberal.
She's so bright and shiny that like I can tell where she is. Yeah.
So I don't want to cheat you out of shots. She's still a character, so she's not like she's easily targetable.
Yeah.
But there are her trio of Death Cult assassins, and I've got some heavy bolter retributors coming at you as well. Who I feel like are going to have to be deployed over here. So that I might actually get a shot with them at some point later in the game. It's funny, we rolled the mission and got the one that we actually need to be able to be mobile for, and both of us brought infantry armies.
Yeah.
So there's the second unit of retributors deployed. Shooting phase, because I have no psychics. I am going to fire my Exorcist launcher at your Blight Hauler down the back there. I'm going to shoot 5 times.
Leave poor Stuart alone.
Hitting on 3s.
This is Steffi over there.
Oh, okay. We'll deal with him in a minute. Toughness on the Blight Hauler, 7.
7.
So 3 wounds, neg 4.
Neg 4, so I'm going to be a demon and use my 5+ invulnerable. And pass 2 of them.
Okay. D3.
D3, yeah.
2.
Alright, so this is a disgusting resilient. And I fail, so I take 1 wound. Sorry, 2 wounds.
I was about to have a panic attack when you said you take 1 wound on a 4, and I'm going, oh god.
My bad. I'm used to Poxwalker's taking multiple damage on 1 model.
Oh, okay.
It is 1 model, but he has multiple wounds.
You scared me for a second there.
Yeah, 6 wounds left.
Oh, they're only 7 wounds. 8 wounds.
8.
8 wounds.
He got stuck on the 1 wound.
I also should say that here, he bizarrely has toughness 8, not toughness 7, even though it's a Rhino chassis.
Okay, yeah.
It's worth knowing, and 12 wounds, not 10.
Okay.
So what you learn when you read the rules. So I'm going to fire the Immolator next at your drone. It's Assault 2d6. So it's 6. Their auto hits, Strength 5.
Toughness 7.
2. Minus 1.
Alright, Steffi. 4+.
Well,
1 pass, 1 fail.
1 damage.
1 damage, so disgusting resilience. And pass.
I hate that rule. I really hate that rule.
It's disgusting.
It is. So we're going to do the multi-melters and bolters again from the Retributor squad. Bolt guns. 2 hits. Nothing. The 2 multi-melters that are in long range. 1 hit. 1 wound. Neg 4.
This is on
the drone again.
the drone. So invulnerable save. Pass. I don't know why I'm rolling so well, but I'll take it.
The 2 half-range multi-melters.
The battle where 2 armies
1
locked
hit.
up and like kind of
I'm actually going to spend a command point on that.
Yeah.
I want to actually wound something. There we go. There's the wound.
Yep.
Neg 4 again.
Yep. 5+. Nope.
And it's 2d6 pick the highest because I'm at half range.
Yep.
It's going to be 5.
Alright. This is where it's going to start to
Hopefully I'll start hurting it.
Unless I roll.
Unless you roll a bunch of 5s.
Which, yeah, I've rolled a couple.
Take 3.
Alright, 3 wounds.
I've got some bolt guns that are in range here. I've actually got all of the bolt guns in range. So I've got 8 bolt guns. It's actually 7 and a condemner, but there's no psychers there, so it doesn't matter. 3s.
Is that the Poxwalkers?
Yes, Poxwalkers.
Yep.
I can only kill the top 3 though, because they're the only ones I can see. Oh no, no, that's yeah.
I think that's.
No, it's all good.
I'm
I'm wrong edition.
Yeah.
Winning on 3s because you're still tough. No, toughness 4 now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm toughness 4.
So it's only 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Whoop. 3 wounds. Alright. Any
There's only
negatives?
3 of them up there. No, just bolt guns.
Actually, I don't technically... I have to be entirely in the...
Yeah.
So I don't technically get it, I think. Unless it's the one you're looking at. I don't know how that works, actually.
It's I think the FAQ specified that the squad had to all be in cover to get cover.
Alright, so we'll go discuss and resilient. And two. I'm going to put them in cover by killing the one in the back.
Yep.
Not quite there yet, but...
I'm going to see if these heavy bolters are in range even though they moved. They are. I've got 1, 2... I've got all 4 heavy bolters that are in range and have line of sight. They're obviously going to be -1 to hit, but... 1, 2... 3... 4 heavy bolters. 4's at the bloat drone. And then 5's to wound. One wound. 1 wound. Neg 1.
Alright, 4+.
And 1 damage.
Disgusting resilient. Failed as well.
Yay.
Alright, 6 wounds left.
I don't think I've got anything else that can see him.
Her. Called her Steffi.
Sorry. Her. So I think that's my shooting phase.
It's the most Nurgliest name ever. Maybe.
That'll let me claim hold the line.
Yep, nice.
Because I've still got no one in my deployment zone and I've still got at least 3 for 1 point. But Supremacy and Blood and Guts are going to elude me because I'm certainly not charging anything. Your turn 2.
Okay, I'm still on 3 cards. I still want to try and get on your side of the board, and I should be able to do it this time, which is good.
Definitely.
So, let's get into it. Let me just double check if my movement... I think 6 is still the lower bracket, like the top bracket.
How many wounds does it start with? 10?
10. So yeah, so still movement 10.
Yeah.
Right in your face. Oops, that's supposed to be a 6. Okay.
Those dice are funny.
Yeah.
I saw someone put a an Agrax wash on them just to define the dots a little better.
Oh
and
yeah.
It looked quite good, and then for the one they dolloped it with blood for the blood gods, so it was like a pustular burst. That was kind of nice.
That's a cool idea.
But it depends on whether you're willing to ruin your limited edition dice. Because you could very well ruin them, because you don't know what the paint will do to that sort of rubbery finish in the middle.
True.
So
and I guess you're using them a lot, so unless you were then going to sort of spray them or something as well.
Looked good though.
I'm going to go,
Charge the flamers?
Yeah. Seems like a great idea. And how far do Soul Grinders move?
I'm assuming it'll be at least 8.
Let's just double check.
You pulled your page out, didn't you?
Did I? I think I did. How did that happen? Well, I think it's just fallen in. There we go. Soul Grinder. He's movement 8, yes.
Awesome.
Just gonna scoot over a little bit. It's movement 10.
Oh, you've got multi-melters, well I've got one too.
Yeah. See if I can... Oops. Yeah, still just getting the club save, which is handy.
Oh, they've got the 7-inch aura, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. They're gonna...
All get in cover now.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll take him off there as well for the time being. I assume that's about to go back on in a moment, but...
Oh, and...
Curses. I would have reminded you.
Oh no, though, you're pretty far away.
Yeah, I deliberately kind of went, no, getting a charge off is going to be all but impossible.
I could sort of try and advance and hide behind the corner. Alright, no guts, no glory.
Well, he's still 5 or 6 wounds with Terminator armor and disgusting resilience and everything, doesn't he?
So he goes 8 inches, and if I hide...
He's 4 up, isn't he, invulnerable?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's no easy kill.
If I charge you from here, you can't actually overwatch.
Yeah, but you advanced, so...
Good point. That makes a lot of sense.
You're not a harlequin. For a moment, I had that thing of, has a strategy that lets do that? You worried me for a minute there.
Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, I think we've got all our movement sorted.
And you've still only got... Oh no, so your plague bearers and
they just rock up automatically?
Turn 2.
Good old Bellacore.
Now, do they deploy via Deep Strike or anything now with the new Demon Book, or is it still walk on?
I don't think so.
They've got a stratagem that lets them, but doesn't it? Don't know.
Yeah, I'll just walk them on.
It's basically that road lip there.
Yeah. You? If I put them in a triangle formation, we should be right.
With Bellacore coming in after them going, what happened? Someone told me to come out the party, guys. You left without me. Still one of my favourite models in the whole range is Bellacore. It's a lovely model.
Yeah.
Is that a metal one or a fine cast one?
Fine cast. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's nice and light. Yeah.
Which means when he falls over, he doesn't fall into a million pieces.
It's handy. Okay, that's
Psychic.
definitely movement sorted. Alright, so do I want to buff? I think I'm going to smite your tank.
Oh, okay.
With my Demon Prince. Need a 5. That's an 11. That's D6.
I'm going to spend a command point for my Shield of Faith rule. I'm just going to make sure it's only one command point because I haven't used it before. It's actually in chapter approved, not that. Because, yeah, we finally got stratagems like everyone else. So, it is called Purity of Faith. It's one command point. Use this stratagem when an enemy psychic manifests a psychic power within 24 inches of an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army. On a 4+, the psychic powers resistance and its effects are negated. 4+. Yay!
Oh.
That was worth the command point.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't get a smite off of him, but what's the range on my other ones? Oh, I keep losing the pages inside the book. There you go. That's 18.
Well, this is the first time you've used the demon side of this new book, isn't it?
So, there's news.
It's new stuff everywhere. Yeah. It's all good. But then again, it's also old stuff because you've used those demons in older editions of the game, and these sisters have seen many combats, so
yeah.
Old stuff becoming
yeah.
new.
So he's out of range for everything. So he's just going to look pretty.
Okay.
And so that's my psychic phase. Man, that would have been amazing.
Yes,
that would have been so great.
I've only got 10 wounds. I'd like to see if I can survive.
Alright, well, I'm going to flame your face instead over there.
Yep.
So 2d6, because I'm still on 4 wounds as well. So it's 7.
Strength?
Strength 6.
I'm only toughness 3, so it's 2s. These are humans in power armor.
1 miss, so
5? 6.
6 wounds.
AP?
Neg 1.
So these are 4s. Ooh, I lost 5 sisters then.
Ooh.
Thankfully, there are 5 bolters. Which leaves me 4 multi-melters and a bolt gun.
Yep.
That was nasty. I'm glad I have the Warlord trait on the Canoness now.
So you're not quite in half melter range, but I'm going to shoot... What's their leadership, by the way?
They're going to be using the Canoness's leadership because of her Warlord trait.
Yeah.
So, her Warlord trait, to make sure I get it right, it's actually a reroll failed morale tests within 6 of the Warlord. So, they're definitely going to get the reroll. They've lost 5 models and their leadership is... I'm assuming it's going to be 7 or 8. 7.
Okay.
So I'm going to definitely lose a couple of them to leadership, almost certainly.
I'm going to shoot the multi-melter and the missile launcher at your tank.
At the tank.
I'm using the crack missile. So 4 to hit.
Nope.
And it misses, so the multi-melter, 4 to hit as well.
Nope.
That's a no. I'm... I am going to use a command point. That's
For the reroll.
Multi-melter hits, that's a 5.
That's cool. Toughness 7.
Alright, so strength 8.
Threes.
Threes. That's a 6.
It's neg 4 on a multi-melter, but I have my Shield of Faith, which is a 6+ invulnerable.
Yep.
Yeah. Yay!
Nice.
My faith protects from the foul Death Guard.
It obviously does. Alright, so that's all my shooting there. Then we've got the Soul Grinder.
I'm assuming that Immolator is now living on borrowed time at this point, so...
I'm trying pretty hard, but... okay.
That little bloat hole, I can see Blight Hall as being really good on mass if you had like 6 or 7 or
Yeah, and
scarily
if
more of
you
them.
take them in units as 3, they hit on, they get +1 to hit, so hitting on 3s, and then you've got 3 multi-melters and 3 missile launchers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of keen on having 6 in
or
big things.
yeah.
And I'm actually wondering whether...
Well, they provide the fire support the Death Guard don't have, really.
Yeah. And because they're pretty fast as well, I'm kind of keen on having like a bunch of... It's the first time I run Plague Marines next to it. I want to see
so
if that's...
keep them durable, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to test it out, but we'll see.
Well, they're also a good backup for when you get charged or if you get sort of threatened by something.
Yeah, they're pretty tough, and they don't actually get worse as they lose wounds.
No, because they're like some of that stuff that sits at that 7 and 8 wound mark where they don't degrade.
Yeah. Whereas this one does
Yeah.
degrade, but yeah, it's got 10 wounds, it's got 8 wounds, so... Alright,
Alright, big guy.
Flame Bombardment,
Soul Grinder.
Strength 8. Okay, Soul Grinder is going to shoot everything at the tank as well.
Go for it.
Alright, we're going to start with the Harvester Cannon. He did move, so hitting on 5s. I keep forgetting that happens. Or miss. And the
Flame
D6.
Cannon.
6.
Oh, there we go.
Alright,
You
hopefully I
should
can
get a couple hits out of this now. It's 5s again.
Yeah. Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Four
Ouch.
hits.
Strength.
Strength 8.
So 3s.
That's 3 wounds.
AP.
Neg 2.
So these are going to be 5s. I make 1.
There's 3 damage each, so that's
Ooh.
6 wounds.
So I've got 4 remaining.
Okay, that's a bit more successful
Yes,
then.
it is.
Alright.
It'd be dead now if I'd not saved everything else.
But then my Demon Prince would be like, what do I do now? And I do have a couple plasma guns.
And bolters.
Yeah.
But it's
And they're
just
the
gonna
only
be
thing
the
that's
tank.
in range, so can this one... Yeah, I think you can
Yep.
see you. So 2 plasma guns, definitely not in rapid fire range.
Not overcharging.
No, I think it's a bit far away, so I can't really risk that at the moment. Hitting on 3s. Glad I did. Didn't, rather.
Strength 7.
Yeah, so 4.
4s. No.
No, nothing. And
Bolt
then...
guns. You're going to get 1 or 2 of them in line of sight.
Yeah, so 2. Because the other one's, he's got a pistol.
Ah.
So 1 hit.
And 5s to wound.
Nope.
No.
Alright, that's my shooting well and truly done.
Charging.
Yeah, I'm going to charge your tank with my Demon Prince.
And my Overwatch. It's going to be 3 hits. Woohoo. Toughness on the Demon Prince is 6 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 5s. Nothing.
Alright.
That's not good.
I'm thinking I can make it. Yep.
You going to stop at 1 inch or do you want to go way in?
Yeah, so 9. Do I want to get...
Or do you want to come around here?
Because I fly as well, I could like really just
Yeah,
do whatever I want.
you got a 9 inch move. You were 2 inches away.
Yeah. You're going to see me anyway, so I may as well... Oh, I do move pretty far though. Oh, actually, I'll stay in this objective if for some reason it's helpful. I'll
Okay.
go here, and I'll stay...
Just on an inch.
Yeah.
Cool. Charging there.
I kind of want to, but I kind of don't.
Only hit on 6s.
Yeah. Yeah, I may as well. I need to try and kill things in combat, so just to be sure.
Bolt gun. 1
Yep.
hit. Doesn't wound. Multi-melters. These are the scary ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh!
2 hits. 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Neg 4.
Yeah. Demon save 5+, 1 save.
It's going to be 5
5.
damage. It's not going to kill you. But it's hopefully going to...
Whoa.
Wow, that's 5
Yeah,
fails.
that's a really bad roll. I'm wondering if I try and risk... it's not gonna... Yeah, I think I've got to take that.
On 1.
1 went the wrong way. I'm like 5 wounds. Yeah.
I will happily take that as a result at this point.
Yeah, let me just read this for a second. Oh no, it has to be infantry, I think. Yeah. Oh,
Is that for healing? Yeah.
That was not the best plan.
No,
Okay.
that was lucky. I'm pleased with that though.
Yep.
So.
Alright, charge range though. Definitely makes it. And is going to go... At this point, may as well get pretty stuck in anyway, so go this way.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm going to heroically intervene with my Canoness.
Yep.
She's definitely going to be able to do that. Hiya! See if I can bring down the beast. You charged, so where would you like to start?
I'm going to start with that actually, and I'm going to... How many wounds does your Canoness have?
You can't target her because you didn't charge her.
Ah.
You only charge the squad.
Yeah.
The turn you charge, you
Okay,
can only fight the squad you charge.
that's correct.
So
That's the one that always gets me.
No, it's when you charged. I went. You can't get to the Canoness because the bases are in the way, but she's small enough to fit the gap and you're not. So it was good.
All right.
It gave me that opportunity to make sure you couldn't kill her.
So I'm down to 1 wound, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot. I've got 1 attack now as well. So strength 4 as well.
Only strength 4.
Well, I was strength 6. But
Oh, okay. But then you walked into a multi-melter.
Yeah, it is next 2 though.
Oh, okay.
All right. Misses. And 2. I kind of wanted to do something before it dies. All right, I'm going to use
does it explode?
Oh, it does actually. That's a good point. I could just...
Burn the command. Is there something you can make it explode?
Yeah, I can make it automatically. Yep. All right, I'll just leave it at that then. Unless you're intervening in any way. All right, Dim Prince against the tank. I have 4 attacks, I believe. Just going to double check as we know. Yeah, I've got the extra attack from the claw, but it's slightly different, so I'll do it after.
Cool.
Hitting on 2s. It's going to work a bit better. Yep.
There we go. Strength.
Strength 7.
Toughness 7.
So 4s. Well.
Oh, there we go.
3 wounds, and it's a plague weapon, I believe, or not. No, it's not.
So, AP?
Neg 2.
So these are 5s. 1 gets 3.
3 damage. So
It's
1
on,
left.
It's on 1.
I do have my extra attack. I've got a Talon. So hitting on a 2, yes. Strength 7 as well, so I need a 4.
I live on a wound.
I am actually going to use a command point for that.
Fair enough.
I need to kill
Command
someone.
reroll.
Yeah.
There you go. AP?
Neg 2 as well.
Okay. 5s. Come on, give me a 5. Oh,
2 damage.
I burn the command point and have a crack at that. No. No, okay. Does it explode? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
The immolator, when it explodes, is a 6-inch radius and D3 mortal wounds.
Yep, so D3 mortal wounds onto the demon.
I'll just make sure I'm not getting any of my other units because I've got... No. So it's just the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Demon Prince is going to take 3 mortal wounds. And I've got 5 ladies inside it. And because I didn't have the points, I didn't buy the ablative body. So this is all expensive when it dies. But none of them die. So
that's an amazing roll. Okay. So Demon Prince, mortal wounds.
He takes 2.
Takes 2.
So
he's got 6. And at the start of your turn, he'll get 1 back. It's pretty handy.
Immolator dies. That is actually your first blood.
Yep. It does get me cards though. That's kind of why I was like, I need to kill something in combat because...
So we'll disembark right at the back there.
Yep. Alright, you do get to do your worst.
Yes, I
my
do.
drawing, though.
She's not that good. She used to be quite scary in combat, but she's not as scary anymore. I used to wander her around killing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So the Canoness has 4 attacks. She hits on 2s, but her Eviscerator is -1 to hit. So it's 3s. Only 1.
And there's all the 2s.
I'm strength 6 with an Eviscerator.
Yep.
Toughness
7.
So 5s. Wounds.
Yep.
The Eviscerator is neg 4.
Neg 4, so 5 plus demon save. No, failed.
And it's D3. 2.
Yep, so I need to save both. And I saved neither, so no matter what.
It does.
Yes, so
There's a stratagem, isn't there, that makes it
Yeah.
explode.
Did I have it here or not? No. Future detonation, that sounds correct. Yeah, automatically explodes 1 command point, that will use it.
Cool. So when this thing explodes, what happens?
So it's now turned into a suicide attack.
Well, you're getting kills with it. What's the
Alright,
the explosion?
because they're all different, I'm just going to make sure I say the right thing. Blood drone. Each unit within 7 inches suffers 1 mortal wound.
So it's literally going to be all the squads there. So the squad leader dies. Random sister number 5 dies. And then the canoness is obviously going to take a wound.
Yep.
Then the bloat drone can die as well.
Yes, it sure can. It's done its dirty deed.
The canoness has got 4 wounds remaining. I'm 90% sure it's 4 wounds. I can't see her having more than 5. And then she will actually get to consolidate because she actually made the kill.
Yep.
Yes, 4 wounds. The remaining, that is. I think the Demon Prince is actually going to be the closest. Oh no. No, it's Big Boy over there. I think I'm not going to consolidate.
Alright.
My turn 3.
Yeah, so give me a sec because...
Oh yes, of course. So you killed the vehicle in combat?
Is it max of 2 cards?
No, we're full codex.
Because I think Death March is
You've
at
got
least 3 friendly
1,
within your half.
2, 3, yes.
Because it says... Oh wait, completely within, so we might have to measure that one.
I'll just double check it for you.
Um,
That's 24.
Destroying
so yeah, I reckon you make that if you look at it. It's basically to the edge of the building.
yeah, just, like literally just.
So it's 1, 2, 3, so that's a point.
Yeah, destroying a enemy unit in my turn, and destroying an enemy unit in the fight phase. I could keep them to try and get more, but I'm just gonna get
Just
all
use
3.
them. Yep.
So killing that tank was
Was
really
worth
handy.
a couple of points.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
why
charge on top of it.
yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna spend my command points on that.
Yep, fair call. So, my turn. I can't claim blood and guts, sadly, even though I just killed something in combat.
Yeah.
Defend objective 3 is my new one, which is smack in the middle there. Before I do that, though,
I regained a wound.
yes, I've actually also got to take leadership for my multi-melters.
Yes, you do.
Leadership 7. They've lost 6 models this round, so it's not going to be great.
Insane bravery.
So they hang around, very angry with the world.
Yeah.
And there's a big monster that they can shoot at with their multi-melters. So, start of my turn, Axe of Faith. I'm going to roll for my first Act of Faith. 2+, so that goes off. I'm going to let my multi-melter shoot. Yep. So they're going to shoot twice. Well, shoot once, sorry, and then they're going to shoot again in a minute.
Yeah.
3s at the Soul Rider.
Very nice.
Strength 8. I'm assuming your toughness 7, but
Yeah.
that's a big assumption because it
Seems
is a big
reasonable.
model. I thought this was 7 and it's not, so...
Where do you go? Toughness 7.
So 3s. 3 wounds, neg 4.
Yep. I believe I'm a demon.
I hope so.
Yes. If I have the keyword demon, that should... What does it have to say?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know. Is
Let's
it
see
a
how-
universal rule for demons?
Yeah, let's see how it's worded on my other ones. Sorry, that's
See
me
this?
not knowing.
No,
that.
here you go, look. See, this says demonic.
Yep.
This
cool.
has demonic.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Demonic, this one has a 5+.
Yeah,
Is this
so
because it's listed there? That's
yeah.
why I was
so
like
no,
a bit...
no, he's got 5 up.
Alright, 5 up it is. No, that's not 5 ups.
That's going to be 3d6, but no half range.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright, let's roll some fabs. I'll get this one as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow!
So 4 damage.
I will take that.
That's not terrible,
Quite
no.
sadly. And he's got 14 wounds total.
So
he's
he's got
taken 4, so now it's 10.
10 remaining.
Nice round number. Cool.
Okay, I'm going to use my second act of faith. This is only on a 4+ now, and it's within 6 inches of the Imagifier.
Yep.
It does not work. So, I need to kill that Demon Prince. So...
It's pretty, hard not to want to, with him standing nicely in the centre of the
nice
board.
and close, yeah.
Yeah.
We just need to be within 6 to make sure we're getting that double dice.
I hope he brought his sunnies. The Celestine would be...
So, then we got some more sisters that can come up through the buildings.
Actually, from memory, because I can't see his face from here, but he has this weird look on his
Yeah.
face, doesn't he? So he's like, oh gosh!
What the hell is that? But Death Cult's moved 7, so they're not going to keep up with Celestine, but we're going to come running at you with our stabby things.
Yep.
The Imagifier...
The thing is, I don't really care if I have limbs missing and things,
No, that's true.
so long as I still can... As long as I've got my sword.
Some more bolters up in range, and see if we can bring this big guy down. Although I said that yesterday, that I should be shooting at an Avara Riptide, and it has 14 wounds to start the game.
Yeah.
It was on 1 wound at the end of the game. It lost 3 when one of my vehicles exploded on it, and it did 2 to itself when it was Nova charging. So it actually only lost 8 wounds over the course of 5 turns of me shooting at it to my guns.
Yep.
It's a very sad day. So it's funny because the last time that Avara and I faced off on the table, I killed it turn 1, and this time it just wouldn't die.
Yeah.
You have those games, I suppose. Multi-melter, stay still. She doesn't need to be at the front anymore. And let's go all in.
Yay! That's my type of game.
Not with him. Not going near him.
Oh, he'll come to you.
I know. I'm just gonna run around him, kite him for a bit, and go. No, I'm not gonna go there. 10 Seraphim. I've got bolt pistols as well, so I'm gonna be able to shoot those. Everyone's moved, so we'll go straight to the shooting phase. While we're talking bolt pistols, let's shoot a lot of them. I don't want to shoot them, I'm going to charge them. So I'm going to shoot all of my bolt pistols at Lord of Contagion.
Yep.
There's 10 sisters there, so there's 19 bolt pistols there.
Very nice.
Because the squad leader does not have a pair, she has a chainsword. 10, 13, 17, 19. I'll bring them down here so it's a bit easier, so I'm not reaching over buildings and knocking things over. Get them that way. 3s. And I'm assuming your toughness 5.
Yeah, pretty sure. It's gonna... Yeah, toughness 5.
5s.
That's
There you
a lot of obsec symbols.
It is, it's always good.
Any negatives?
Just bolt pistols.
So 2+. And I failed
Oh,
one.
sneak a wound through.
Yep.
And resilient?
Yep.
Yeah, you actually get a wound.
So he's got 5 remaining.
Okay, so now we get to the important part in the middle of the table here. The Dominions are firing their 4 melter guns at the Demon Prince.
Yep. Whoa!
That's not good. 3s to wound.
I kind of wish they were plasma.
There's your wound for your demon save.
Yep. What's the negative?
-4 melter guns.
Yep. So demon save it is. Nope.
I'm 90% sure that melter guns are still D6 damage, like their big boy cousins. It's the problem, I don't play Imperial armies enough.
And I don't, so I've never played an Imperial army. That's funny.
This is one of my few Imperial armies. And of course,
I painted 3 primary salamanders, so on the way to having a full-fledged army.
Yes, they are D6 and they're within half range. So 2d6 bit highest, 4.
Cool. Disgustingly resilient. I passed 3.
Jeepers.
Yeah, I think I'll take that one for now. So down to 6.
Alright, and then this Battle Sister Superior is going to double tap her bolt gun at -1 and then fire her combi flamer as well. So 4s with a bolt gun, 5s, no, and then D6 auto hits.
Yep.
And
yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 1.
Would be in
Just no AP.
neg, so 2+ armor
Yep,
for each
because of
relic.
your fancy armor.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that didn't go to plan. So did you take any damage then?
1.
So what's your now?
6.
6, okay.
Because he regained that wound.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. So, I'm going to shoot a lot of bolt guns at him.
Yeah.
At this point. Are my melter...
You kind of have to commit with
Okay,
this guy.
so my melter gun's out of range, but I've got 8. Now, he is a psyker though, isn't he?
He is.
So my condemners actually start meaning something. So, the squad that's just here, down the street, all the bolters are in range. The melter gun and the flamer are at the back, so sadly they're out of range. And the first 2 bolt guns, 3 bolt guns, 4 bolt guns are double tapping. So
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 normal bolt guns. And then the condemner. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Normal bolters. Lots of misses. 5s. Nothing. Condemner. Misses as well.
Doing a bit of a fireworks display.
Yeah, well, we're trying to like straighten your armor up. It's all bent. We're just going to straighten it for you.
Yeah. Polish it up.
I'm going to fire Saint Celestine's Ardent Blade at you in combat. It's basically a heavy flamer. It's an 8-inch range, so it's fine. It does 6 auto hits. Strength 5 at neg 1. So 2.
Neg 1?
Neg 1.
Yep, so 3+. And I fail 1.
That's just 1 damage.
1 damage, so pass as well. I'm invincible!
I really wanted to fire this at the bloat hauler, but I actually think I'm going to have to shoot at it. I've got more bolt guns. Let's do the rest of the bolt guns and things first. Okay. So next squad. The melter gun is in range. The flamer is not. And 1, 2... Just 2 in double tap range for the squad. So, there's a melter gun, the condemner, the flamer's out of range, 1 double tap, 2 double tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. So,
Yep.
These are all the bolt guns.
Yep. Very nice.
Much better than the last squad. 1 wound.
Yep.
And then the condemner. It's doesn't wound, and the melter gun. It's doesn't wound. I'm sensing a pattern here. Okay. Heavy flamer is out, but the other bolters
Do you
are in.
reckon he's going full Matrix?
At the moment, he's either that or he's just like
All the
chewing on
wings.
shrapnel.
Yeah.
Condemner's double tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's.
Well, you might have shredded most of him, but he's like, it doesn't matter.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't.
feel pain.
So there's 9 in the squad left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heavy flamer's out of range, so I don't get a dice for him. And then 3 in double tap range, one of which is the condemner. So, bolt guns. 5s. Just 1. And the condemner. Come on, give me a couple of 5s now. Oh, there we go.
Hey. Alright, what happens there?
I'm 90% sure it's still a standard bolt gun in that regard, but it's multiple damage if you're a psyker.
Alright.
So I just want to make sure the AP, because this is the first time I've actually wounded with it.
Yep. I'll roll my dice. I rolled a 2.
That actually matters,
So
doesn't
it does definitely matter.
Condemner bolt gun. No, it's no AP.
No AP,
So you
so
can
pass.
get around that.
Just scrape through.
Okay, well, it's going to have to be this thing then. Come on, I'll roll a 1 for the amount of shots now.
It's a 6.
There we go.
You've done that a fair bit with the multi-shot stuff.
Okay, hitting on 3s.
But it's then when you resolve it.
5
Okay.
hits. And wounding on 3s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds at neg 4.
Neg 4, so demon save. Yeah, no, 5+. I don't have a 4+ or anything fancy like that. Nope.
These are only D3s. That works.
Yep. So, 6. That could kill him.
It could. I'm still going to have to charge him, though. I know that.
Disgusting resilience. I pass 1, so he's down to 1 wound. Do I want to try and save another or not? Nah, probably not at this stage. I'll keep it for the next phase. I'll probably need it.
Alright. Just the multi-melters and the heavy bolters to go. The multi-melters will fire again at the soul grinder. 4 hits. 3s to wound. 3 wounds, neg 4.
Okay, so 5+. Nothing.
All at long range, so they're just D6s.
Yep.
10.
Alright, I do have a disgusting resilience.
And you've got 10 wounds left.
Yep.
So you're going to pass one of these and be on 1 wound again, like every other time.
And I pass more of them. That's 3 pass, so...
He's on 3. Retributors, are we in range? Let's have a look. Yes, we are. Got 4 heavy bolters in range as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy bolters. Hitting on 4s because of the -1. That's a 3 as well. And wounding on 5s. Oh, nothing. I can't complain too much, I suppose. It's been a bit swingy in that regard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go with some charges then. The Seraphim are going to charge the Poxwalkers.
Yep, Overwatch.
Throw mud at me.
Yeah.
Or poo. Charge range is
Their guts, probably.
8, probably. Now that, because you've got some on the ground floor around there.
Yeah.
You know what, we'll just take the most direct route, because there's a bit of an unclear reading on how you measure fly-in charges. So it's going to be 1 inch 3, so it's going to be 6 inches to get into range of him.
Yep.
So...
Are you going to be within 1 inch or even?
Yep.
5 probably.
So we're basically going to end up with... Now these are metal, so I'm going to...
Yep.
And they're wobbly at the best of times. So I'm going to put them...
Yep.
Along the edge here. And when the pile-in comes in anyway, we're all going to pile in and fight, so... Saint Celestine charges the Demon Prince.
Yep. Overwatch with my big sword.
I like this Overwatch.
Yeah.
Die foul fiend.
We'll see about that. On my 1 wound.
Everyone else is going to stand there and go team, go. We're going to cheer Celestine on.
You got this.
You've still got command points though, so I can see you intervening if I don't fight the demon first. So, I'm going to fight the demon first.
Yeah. Solve that issue.
I'm willing to take the hits from Poxwalkers. I'm not willing to take the hits from him.
So, I'm just double checking his armor, because I believe by saving...
In combat, you start dealing mortals, don't you?
Yeah. Each time I pass a saving throw, in the fight phase on a 4+, you suffer a mortal wound.
Okay.
After all your attacks have been resolved. I don't know if that means if I'm dead if I can't do it, but I suspect so.
So what happens when you read rules? Apparently, Saint Celestine allows me to pick a friendly unit within 6 that allows me to do an additional act of faith at the start of every turn.
Oh, yeah.
So that would give me 3 acts of faith a turn.
Yep.
This is what happens when you learn to read, people. So she's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All hit.
Bonus.
She is strength 7 plus 4, my god. So she's strength 7, toughness 6,
yep.
So 3s. That is 6 wounds at neg 3, 2 damage.
Yep. So 5s regardless.
Yep.
Hang
on. Neg 3, 2 plus, oh yes, 2 plus armor. Yeah,
regardless. Because I'd have a demon save otherwise.
Yep.
So 2 saved, 4 go through, so I can't...
Disgusting resilient, but they're 2 damage each.
Yep.
And then you're going to roll for your 4 plus mortal wound.
Yep.
Not enough to keep you alive.
Not enough to keep me alive. With that, is it just armor saves?
Well, they would have been
It's saving throw, passing a saving throw. So
Yeah,
that
so
means
that-
the disgusting resilient works as well?
Well, disgusting resilient isn't a save though. because that's why it's not modified. It's done per damage, not.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop the wound.
So 2 4+. 1 mortal.
Take a mortal wound. She has 7 to start.
Yep.
I haven't used her in this edition, so she's got 6 remaining.
Cool. Demon Prince.
Does he thrash and explode?
No, I was hoping for something like that, but no.
He just dies?
He just does.
Okay. So that's going to give me... Oh, we've got to do this other fight. Do you want to spend 2 command points and interrupt me?
For my foxhole quiz?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Super duper sure? I actually don't. I've thrown them in there a bit haphazardly because I didn't actually bother to check. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Only 1 attack. Yeah, we might have a problem throwing them in there. That might have been a mistake. So, I'll pile in. And I'll just tuck them around there. So, the squad leader has 2 attacks, but she's got a chainsword, so she's actually got the extra one. 3+. And strength 3.
So 4s.
2 wounds, no AP.
Yep. So disgustingly resilient. Pass 1. Fail 1.
And then...
They're just 1 damage each, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to reroll failed Shield of Faiths, and I could have deep struck them.
Oh.
But they had to be deployed, so... because they were part of the deployment unit. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 1 attack each, because the bolt pistols don't give them the extra attacks anymore. That's nowhere near enough. 2.
Pass 1, fail 1.
Kill 1. That's way too many of them to fight back.
Alright.
You get to pile in and try and chew my brains.
So some of them, it's 3 up, isn't it? So
Yeah,
like
so
the
you're
ones
gonna-
that are just under can literally just hit. They'd be within an inch of someone
Yeah,
fighting,
definitely.
so that's alright. And then,
And you can come around the side there as well.
yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to get most of them fighting. Because you only have to be within an inch of one of your guys as well.
This is going to be a little bit harder now. I think they're just kind of going to...
Okay.
So I think we've got 3, 6,
6.
9.
7, 8, 9.
Yep.
So it's 18 attacks.
Yep.
And then they get +1 to hit, don't they? Because there's more than 10 of them.
Yep. I think I counted that right. Yep, cool. Alright, so hitting on 4s.
There's a lot of hits. Actually, on second glance, it's not as many
Oops,
as...
that was...
Yeah, it's still enough.
Yeah,
Toughness
that's
3.
right. Yay! I actually get to win something on the 4s. That's crazy.
And
Alright.
then power armor. Uno.
I get one back. He's
Oh
gonna
god, I forgot about that.
jump at the top over here.
Okay. So, how many models have we got within... You've got more than... So, that one at the moment is still your objective. So, all I can do is claim blood and guts for 1, because I killed your demon prince.
You did.
And I got your warlord, because he was them.
Mm.
I still can't get supremacy, and I'm on defend... so, I might score defend objective 3 in your turn. Your turn 3.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up 3 cards. Behind enemy lines. Within your deployment zone, so that's the...
That's the diagonal thing.
So that's going to be very difficult. Oh, I kind of wanted to move the models out of the way. They're in the way of my cards. Alright, I've got Grandfather's Gift, so another special one. If at least enemy unit was completely destroyed during your turn, and the last model in the unit was slain by an attack made by a Death Guard model attacking with a plague weapon. Okay.
That could be quite difficult.
And Spread Contagion. Nominate one of your Death Guard characters, score 1 victory point if this character is still alive at the end of the game. Well, I'm not going to pick my Demon Prince.
So the question is, do you try and hide the Lord of Contagion?
Yeah.
Does it have to be a Death Guard model, or is it?
Yeah, so I guess I have to pick...
It has to be the Lord of Contagion.
It has to be him. Well, that's not exactly what I was planning. So I have to hold on to this as well. Or I can just throw it out, I guess. I can throw it out if I wanted later.
When this tactical objective is generated, nominate one of your Death Guard characters. So you could discard it, and you just...
Later.
Yeah.
So I nominate my Lord of Contagion, because I don't really have a choice anyway.
And then obviously the Nurgle's Rot, or Nurgle's Gift one.
Yeah, okay.
Means that you can... So he's got a plague weapon, doesn't he?
Yep.
So what you need to do is murder that squad.
Yeah, which is definitely the plan.
And the 4-inch move's going to put you about there?
Yeah, so it should be pretty... I'm going to do that before I forget, actually, because that was going to be the plan regardless. Oh, actually, I've got a... I kind of want to use a stratagem this turn, and I just want to double check when it's supposed to happen. This one.
Sure.
Beginning of your movement phase. The dead walk again, because then if anything dies within 7 inches, then I can add a model. So it doesn't even matter if they kill it. So if he comes in and kills a bunch of your
oh wow,
guys, I get to get them back. So I will use my command point for that.
Cool.
Cool.
And then he's a 4-inch move?
Yeah. Thank you.
So he's going to have a 4-inch charge.
Yep. Alright. Should be able to manage that. How far does my soul rider move now?
He's got 3 wounds remaining.
4 inches. Get right in your face. Do you mind if I'm moving back the slightest amount, just in case I don't decide to move forwards? I'm not sure what I want to do.
That grandfather's gift, do you have to kill the squad with the plague weapon?
Yeah, and the last model has to be taken out by the plague weapon.
Oh, that's really going to be really awkward for you, actually, because if you charge, you have to swing first.
Yeah.
And then there's every chance that you're going to butcher most of the squad.
Yeah.
Then your plague bearers pile in, and oh, okay, that's an interesting one.
But that's
I suppose you can discard it at the end of the assault phase if you don't complete it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Bellicor, I'm assuming he moves 12?
At least.
I'm just going to make the assumption. I'm going to point at you because it looks cool. There we go. That's the only reason. Yeah, we're going to move some plague bearers forwards as well.
Oh, there's an objective in there, isn't there?
Yeah. I don't need to get it at the moment, but if I can kind of hide behind the building for now. Alright. That's my movement. Alright, psychic phase.
Just Bellicor now?
Yeah. I think I kind of have to smite her.
Celestine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
I was expecting it.
Yeah. Alright. Let's give it a go.
No.
No, that's a fail. Alright.
Wasn't a perils, so that's not so bad.
That's true. I am going to use one of his other offensive ones because he can do
Infernal Gaze and...
where is it? Okay, Infernal Gaze, which is 18 inches. The other one's only
Gift of Chaos.
6 inches, which
So
I think I'm out
Infernal.
of. So Infernal Gaze it is. What value of 5?
Goes off.
8.
What's it do? 18 inches, visible.
Roll 3 dice.
Mortal wounds on 4+. Cool. Do I want to try and stop that for the stratagem? No. Go for it.
Alright. 2 mortal wounds.
So she's down to 4.
Okay. And now we're shooting at you. My Lord of Contagion, no, he doesn't have any ranged attacks. I think we're going to shoot some plasma guns.
Well, it looks like you're in rapid fire range for at least one of them.
Yep, both of them.
Yep. And the bolters as well, or no?
That's out, I think, and this one is in. So, alright. I am going to...
Overcharge?
What's the toughness?
I think it's still only 3.
Oh, okay. Then
so you may not need to.
No, then I probably... Except for the extra damage.
Yeah.
But it might not be...
Yes, she's only toughness 3.
Okay. I won't overcharge. All hit.
Cool. So winning on 2s.
3 wins.
Armour of St. Catherine gives her a 4+ invulnerable.
Yep, that's handy. Nope.
Apparently my armour is not as saintly as I hoped it would be.
So 2 shots from one and 1 from the other for just the normal bolt guns. 3s to hit, yes.
And 3s to wound.
2 wounds.
And 2 plus armour.
Yep, that does it. So I'm going to shoot... Actually...
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually going to shoot the multi-melt. No, actually, she's only got 1 wound left. That's a bit silly. I'm just thinking I need to do all this damage to her, but I don't. Actually, Bowspit, that's a D3 attacks at her.
Okay.
And then the
2
rest
guns at
are
the Exorcist?
Yep. So we'll do missile launcher first, hitting on a 4. Hits.
Even at -1 for moving?
It's Death Guard, so I get to roll
Oh, of
that.
course, yes.
Yeah, which is why I keep making the mistake with my Soul Grinder.
Toughness 8 on the Exorcist.
Yep. Okay, so are we wound?
Wounds. It's 3 plus armour, but the missile from memory is at least -2.
Yeah, it is... keep remembering the other one, which is -4. Just double check, make sure I don't say anything silly. Missile launcher, -2. Yep.
So 5 plus. Nope.
D6 damage. That's 4.
Cool.
The multi-melter, hitting on a 4. Misses.
It has 12 to start, so it's got 8 remaining.
So then D3 against her for the Bowspit attack. 2. Hitting on 4s.
2 hits.
2 hits. And it is, I think it's... Strength 6.
So 2's to wound.
-1.
3 plus. She lives.
Yep. I just checked that was a plague weapon as well. How cool would that have been?
The problem is you don't kill her.
Yeah.
Because she
comes
respawns
back,
anyway.
yeah. Alright, oh yeah, I still have the Soul Grinder. And I did move it as well, because I keep,
Yep.
I keep
So
being
it's
a
not
bit
going to hit
aggressive.
anything. Unless it's got a ballistic skill of
And
really good.
I can't see... Yeah, can I see through windows or...?
Yeah. Like
Alright, so I may as well just shoot your tank. I've got my 2...
So it's -1 for
one of
moving,
them's-
and what's its ballistic skill standard, now that it's down to 3 wounds?
Yeah, true, actually. Maybe it's just going to be a...
Might be a Gumby.
Yep. I have big scary guns.
It has a ballistic skill of 5 plus, and -1 for moving, so it's hitting on
6
6s.
Yeah, hitting on 6s. Cool. I've got the D. I'll do the D6 first because that might actually maybe do something. 3.
So this is the tank.
This is now Overwatch.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm toughness 8.
4s. 1 wound.
AP?
-2.
5s.
Nice. And then heavy 3, so 6s there as well. 1 6. And this time I need a 5. No.
So he was actually able to hit better this turn than he did last turn.
It makes a lot of sense. Alright, I think I'm up to charges. So Lord of Contagion is going to charge, and you can't Overwatch because you're already stuck in combat. I make it. And I'm going to actually... Yeah, I'm going to actually charge kind of on this side. I am trying to keep him alive, I suppose.
Fair call.
So says my card. And...
Who's charging Celeste?
Yeah, the Blyhauler.
Alright. D6 auto hits. 4. Strength 5.
Yep,
Oh,
so
that's only
3s. 2.
-1.
-1, so 4 plus. I take 2 wounds, but I've got, is it 1 damage?
Yeah.
So just instantly resilient. I pass 1, so down to 5 wounds.
Now fail the charge. No.
7. 8.
8.
I just want to say 7 all the time, that's all. I'll go kind of on this side.
Cool.
Soul Grinder may as well charge because it's not really good for anything else.
Go for it.
That's
5 inches.
5.
That's probably going to fail.
Try from this side, probably. Yeah, because even with a 6,
6 isn't base to base.
No.
No.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go first?
I'm going to attack Celestine first. Wait, when she comes back, how does it work? So would she come back?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
One that I am intimately knowledgeable because I'm going to read the rule out to you so I don't make any mess up.
Yeah.
Once per game, If Celestine loses her last wound, roll a d6. On a 2+, she is not removed, but instead resurrected with all of her wounds restored. Because there's no Gemini, she gets placed anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches from the enemy models.
More than 8, okay.
On a roll of a 1, she is removed.
Yep.
So she doesn't actually die at this point.
Yep. But at least I know, I do stop you from getting your attacks, so that's handy.
Yes, and I'm obviously not going to claim defend. If I live, then I still don't claim defend because now it's 1-to-1. So you've stopped me from doing that.
That's good. Oh no, unless you live and then you kill me.
That is true.
Yep.
It's not likely, but it's possible. How many attacks have you got?
Anything is possible in this game. That's why I was going to double check because oh no, actually I don't.
You don't degrade, do you?
I don't degrade, so that's handy. So I have 3 attacks, and I hit on 4s. And I hit once.
Strength.
Strength 6.
So 2s to wound.
Let's double check. Where is it? Oh yeah, gnashing maul. There we go. Strength 6, and then it's -2. It's a plague weapon.
There we go. Oh, it does not wound.
I want to use my reroll. I have 1 command point left. I want to kill Celestine.
Wounds.
-2.
For 2+ armor becomes 4 up anyway. So 4 up. There I live.
Alright.
Now I'm going to get to swing my murder death sword, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to intervene. So go for it.
Oh yes, of course, because the Lord of Contagion is over there. He's got 4 attacks, and he hits on 2s. Yep.
Does he reroll 1s because he's a Lord of Chaos? Most of the Chaos Lords get reroll 1s, remember?
I don't think he does though. He's got a plague weapon, so he rerolls 1 to wound. Did I roll a 1 to wound over there? I can't remember. Never mind. That's my bad if I did.
You spent a command point on it, so you've got to reroll 1 to wound, so just put the command point back.
Was it a 1?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why you rerolled it, because you wounded me on 2s. And you rolled a 1.
Oh, I didn't do something silly, but... and actually, I always forget his reroll. So, okay, bear with me.
No, that's okay.
So he doesn't have a reroll 1.
But he does like damage.
But I think it's the start of my turn.
It's some sort of...
Yeah, start of your turn, so we're okay at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So 3 hits. Strength.
Strength 4, no strength. He's got the... Oh, which one is he equipped with? I just have to check my list which one I
Is
could
he
afford.
the axe or the...
Yeah, it's one or the other. Give me 1 sec as well. I've written too many lists recently to try and keep track of which one's which.
Oh, so he gets a Man Reaper or a Plague Reaper.
Yep, so he's got the Man Reaper.
So he's winning with Strength 7. So he's winning on 2s.
Ooh, 2 wounds.
And AP is...
Plague weapon.
Yes.
Can't make that mistake twice.
AP?
For the Man Reaper, -3.
So 6s. I'm going to use their Shield of Faith, which is 6+ invulnerable, but they get rerolls on that.
Yep.
So all failed. Still all failed.
Okay.
But I got to reroll it.
D3 damage each, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It's 3 Seraphim dead. That's all the charges done. So now your zombies. Are your zombies going to get 3 models from that?
Oh yes, they are because I've used
from the dead walks.
Yes. May as well just put them over here.
Well, I'm in coherency down here, yeah. So I'll get to fight.
Which is handy, and then I can, if I can find. Sorry, my tummy's actually grumbling, so if you can hear that, my apologies.
It's nearly lunchtime.
Yeah, I don't know if I put
your book's there.
On my tape measures, hopefully handy underneath.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Good.
So 3-inch piling.
I think we're just going to come around the corner. So I don't think any extras are going to be able to fight. Alright, so I've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll get 1 more in there.
Yep.
So you get 11 fighting.
Alright, so 22 attacks. 22.
It's all of the dice in the space.
Yeah. Hitting on 4s. There's a 3 there. I think we're good now.
And toughness 3, so wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's 3 wounds.
I got off lightly then.
I wish that was a plague weapon, but...
All saved.
Very nice.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paltry attacks
Sorry.
back. And then so normal sisters, 4 hits, and 2 wounds.
Okay. So disgustingly resilient, 5s and 6s, and I fail both, so 2 go down.
And then the squad leader, 3 hits, nothing.
Right.
So I lost 3 in my morale phase.
Yeah, I don't
You
care about
obviously
that.
don't, you don't take morale, but I do. The Seraphim are leadership 8 because the sergeant's still alive. So 4 plus 3 is 7, so we're good.
Nice. I think we've
Scoring
done
any
all
cards?
the combats. I don't think so because I don't have behind enemy lines. Destroying something with a plague weapon. I almost got there, but
Well, I've got
didn't
to swing
quite.
with Celestine as well.
Yeah, and I've got to try and survive with my Lord of Contagion.
I'll just swing with Celestine very quickly. Celestine gets 4 hits against your Plague Crawler.
Yep.
And strength 7. So toughness 7. So
Yep.
3 wounds. Neg 3.
Neg 3, so 5 plus invulnerable.
And these are 2 damage each.
No, so 6 disgusting resilience.
5 wounds. Oh, lives on 1. Lives on 1.
I am good at that. Alright, I am going to throw out behind enemy lines because that's not going to happen.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Alright, my turn. My new card is objective 6. Where's that? Over there. So at that end, I'm going to fall out of combat. I'm not going to stand there and get eaten by that plague weapon, if I can help it. Because that will result in nastiness. But actually, before I do anything, I'm going to use my Axe of Faith.
Yes. And you have one with Celestine.
So Celestine has to be one within 6 inches of her to trigger it.
Yep.
She's going to trigger it on herself to let her fight a round of combat as if it was a round of combat.
Cool. Yeah. No, my plague weapon. Not that it would actually matter, but it's
So
still
6
good.
hits and strength 7, so 4s to wound.
Yep. Wow.
5 wounds, neg 3.
Yep. I can roll 5s.
And these are 2 damage each.
Yep.
You passed a lot.
That was pretty cool. Still did.
Still died. Yeah.
Wait, I can explode.
Oh, can
I sure can. So I could
you could trigger the
I
explode.
could trigger the explode. It's probably a good idea, let's be honest. Alright, let me just double check what it does, that one, before I get carried away.
I get my freebie, I kill you. I get my freebie, I kill you.
Yeah. I think we need to use that in this game because it seems to be hard to kill each other without using all the cool stratagems. The Blight Hauler, if I explode, you take a mortal wound. Units within 7 inches.
So you want to roll for it, or are you going to spend the command point?
I'll spend the command point. Then when I've run out of them, I can't.
Okay, so you die. What's the distance? Because
7 inches.
So it's going to hurt them as well.
Yep.
Don't
It's
think-
probably going to hit my Soul Grinder.
Is it going to hit the Death Cult? No.
Oh no, Soul
No.
Grinder's safe.
So I think it's literally... So this squad's going to take a casualty. The squad leader, she's no longer any use to me. Celestine now loses her last wound on a 2+. She gets to hang around. She does. And it's set up anywhere within... anywhere more than 9 away from you.
Yep.
Is the distance. So... I am... Because I still really want to charge and stab something.
You can go back pretty much where you were, just a little bit further
Yeah, I
away.
was just thinking that going, I don't have to move that far.
It still stops you from defending the... Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it won't.
Damn it.
Well, defends now. It's now going to be another turn before I get
Oh,
to
yeah,
defend.
because you still did disappear.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, no, you were still there.
Oh, I
So when
stopped you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she's back to 7 wounds.
Yeah. But I've slowed you down. So that's...
So second act of faith, which is now done on a 2+ because of the army rule.
Yep.
Goes off. So the 4 multi-melters are going to get to shoot again.
Yep.
At the Soul Grinder.
Yep.
I just better double check the half ranges now, because you've advanced on me. 1, 2, no, 2 and 2. So the long range, both hit. Nothing. The short range, both hit.
Yep.
Okay. And then my 4+ active faith from my banner. It goes off as well.
All the acts of faith.
Within 6. So it's going to have to be on this squad. That's going to let them move again. Or move as if it was the movement phase. I wonder if that would let me advance. Doesn't really say.
It is part of movement, so...
But would I then count as advancing for my next movement phase and shooting phase? Because it happens at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
And you move as if it was the movement phase, so I don't know.
I think so, because if it's like a movement phase, then
Yeah.
I would assume you would.
Well, the next question is, because of when Celestines killed you, and when I've died, that creates another weird little paradox, because the act of faith at the start of the turn, which is when I've triggered the passion, which lets me fight as if it's the movement fight phase, she's killed you at the start of the turn. Then she set up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 from you, and it's still the start of the turn. So I can now move.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Once per game.
Yeah, I guess.
If I died in the shooting phase, I'd reset up, and then obviously, in my next movement phase, I could move.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, because I guess what we just said with the advance otherwise would be fine.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about that one.
But you were...
So it was literally start of my turn.
But you didn't charge though, you just fought.
Yeah. So start of my turn, roll act of faith, activate act of faith, stab something, you've then exploded and killed me. We still haven't hit my movement phase yet.
Yeah. So
does that mean I get to move?
I think so, because I think if you'd made a charge somehow with it, then you couldn't like do other stuff. But if you've just fought, I guess you
I don't know.
But I don't know. It's really...
You know, if you're watching this and you want to answer that question, you think you got an answer, then by all means share it in the comments, but...
We can roll for it if you want.
It feels kind of jammy. It doesn't feel like I should be able to move, but at the same time, I think technically I should be able to move.
Yeah.
I think I'd feel more comfortable saying I don't know and we'll just roll a 4+ because it's a weird one. So on a 4 I can move. Yes.
Yay!
Who knows if that's right. We don't want to stop in the middle of the game and argue and look it up, so we're just going to continue play.
Yeah.
So, let's go over the building. Say hello to some plague marines. Very, look, just finding some of the nice little oddities within the game.
It's always fun when you discover things as you play.
Melter guns.
I find I never think of those things until it happens.
Yeah, they're just some of those peculiarities that take place in the game from time to time. And there's just you can't predict them. They just every now and again I can't think of any other time like for Celestine to be in combat on 1 wound and then die to the explosion is kind of that like
awesome.
It's one of those perfect storm scenarios where it just everything falls into place just so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they're going to try and defend.
Yep, we're gonna put some more bodies in the way. We are going to fall back over here though, because now we need objective 6.
You've removed some of my big stuff. I have to say, I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable.
So
I'd love for my cards to have a bit of like capture the objective you're already sitting on. That would be nice.
So we're going to fall back. She's always been shocking. She never stands upright. The old lead sisters of battle. All of my bolters are going to be in range, but let's get you into double tap range. Start killing some of these heathens. Multi-melters don't really want to shoot. 3 inches. So I'm going to move out this way.
How are we doing for time, by the way?
25 minutes to go.
Okay.
My turn 4, so we're doing all
Yeah,
right.
we're doing pretty well.
F-
Considering we're like reading up.
Well,
a
we're
few.
still learning
Yeah.
stuff, so, but no, I think we should end up with at least 5 turns. Because it's starting to get more rapid now.
Yeah. The sisters have got some good board control.
Yeah, we're slowly digging you out. So, we're going to go straight to the shooting phase. We're going to fire 4 multi-melters again at a soul grinder. Should have rolled them separately, but it doesn't matter because 2 are in half range and 2 are not. They all hit though, so that's fine. The long range ones, 1 wound, neg 4.
Yep. So 5. Nope.
And it does 5 wounds.
Yep. So I do my disgusting resilience. Save 2, 3 go through. That's it.
Yay! Second tier wasted.
Does that
Does it explode?
Yes. On a 6.
On a 6, and it's a 6-inch D3 blast. No.
Nope.
It's probably a good thing.
Yep. Because that was going to hit my stuff more.
Alright, heavy bolters. Be'lakor is now the closest. So Be'lakor shall be shot.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 heavy bolters. The 3's going to miss as well because I moved. And toughness on Be'lakor, I'm assuming it's 6.
I'm assuming it's 6. I'll look it up. So
It's
6.
Yeah, so nothing. 4 melter guns at Be'lakor from the Dominions. And 3's 3 at neg 4.
Yep. So I'm assuming that will bring him to a demon save. He does get to reroll his saves though, which is handy because of his shadow form. He passes another one, so 1 goes through.
So it's D6. No, I want to spend the command point on that. Now that Celestine's done her thing, I can spend the rest of them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use command reroll. Oh well, takes 1 wound.
Yep. So he's got 7 left.
Okay, so I've got. Oh, sorry.
All good.
So the flame is out of range. 2 bolters in double tap range. Condemner in double tap range. And then 5 more bolters. So 5 plus 4 is 9 standard bolter shots. 6, 7, 8, 9 from that lead Battle Sister squad with the white bolt guns. At Be'lakor, because he is the closest. Only wounding on 5s though. 3.
Any negatives?
No, so just a 4 plus
4 plus.
with a reroll.
With a reroll. So
Does he reroll armor?
it's just I think it's just all saving
Yeah,
throws.
saving throws, yeah.
Nope.
Takes a wound from a bolt gun. Condemn a bolt gun. 1 hit. Doesn't wound. Melt a gun. Hits. Wounds. Demonic.
So demonic save, pass.
All good. I've got a handful of other bolter shots from this white helmeted squad over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolt guns at long range. At Be'lakor, everyone hits. I'll just grab this dice here though. 3 wounds. That was surprising.
What's the negatives?
Just bolt guns, so
So
you
it's
4
all
up with a reroll.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm going to fire my heavy flamer at the Plague Marines from Celestine. 3 shots. Winning on 4s. 1 wound, neg 1.
So 4 plus. No.
And 1 damage.
No. So this bolter guy, I guess.
I'm assuming now that my missile tank No, I'm going to say I can't see Be'lakor. I don't think that's enough. So I will fire at the Plague Marines. Missile tank fires 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s because your toughness 5. 2 wounds, neg 4.
Yep. So discuss the.
Oh, so the first one is going to be 2 wounds. Oh, so 1 wound. Sorry, these are D3s.
Yep. Okay. Nope.
And the second one is 1 wound.
Yes.
I kill a Plague Marine.
So the other bolter guy.
I'm going to fire all of my bolt pistols at the poxwalkers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of them. 8, 9, 10, 11. 3s. And 3s. Only 3. 1 damage.
No, I don't have cover. So disgusting and resilient. 2 die. Good.
And then I'm still I think my cannon. So I'm only getting 1 shot from my condemner, but everyone else is in range. The flamer's obviously not. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sisters, the condemner, and the melter gun. Melter gun misses. Condemner hits. Condemner wounds.
Yep.
No AP.
Yep. This is the poxwalkers
Yep.
still. So, nope.
And then the bolt guns. Wounding on 3s. Ooh.
Very nice.
Just 1 damage, no AP. 4 more.
Yep.
Assault phase, a Celestine is going to charge your Plague Marines.
Yep. Overwatch and for real this time.
You get to do some this turn.
Yeah, 2 rapid firing
Plasma guns.
plasma guns.
To overcharge or not overcharge?
They're probably gonna die anyway. I may as well overcharge. I think. Let's do it.
I'd probably agree with that, but
Yeah.
I'm still thinking it's the wrong decision. So
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a go. Overcharge. 1-1.
So
And
that's going to be
1 hit. And I should have done this separately.
6s to hit.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Alright, no, I wouldn't have done that. Never mind.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the overcharge stuff. It's fine. When you were going, 6, I've gone, alright, so 50-50 at that point.
I'm getting hungry, so it's not
Yep.
working so well.
And a bolt pistol as well.
Okay. So my bad. No.
That was amazing.
I'm like, why not? That sounds cool. No.
Okay,
No.
charge range is 6. Can we go around the back there
Yep.
near him?
Yep,
With the power fisty man?
I think you can make it all the way there even. Yep, easy done. So, do you want to stay?
Yep, that's good.
Yep.
Okay, just her to stab things. I have 6 dice here, so that's convenient. 2s. Everyone hits. Strength 7. 5 wounds. I think they're only neg 3. So you're probably still getting an armor save. I just want to double check for you. I think I said neg 3. Oh, yes, I did. Neg 3, 2 damage.
Yep, so 6 plus. Nope.
And 5 lots of 2.
Yep. So what I'll do... Okay. On a plasma gun. He
Squished.
does. Plasma gun. He
Squished.
does.
And power fisty man.
And Power Fisty Man.
Ooh, that's the third one. 4th one.
Power Fisty Man.
Oh,
Close.
he soaked a few hits.
Yeah.
And
And they don't explode, unfortunately. That'd be cool.
I am content to... Actually, I think Be'lakor is probably going to be closer. So I'll consolidate towards Be'lakor if you wouldn't mind doing the honours. If he is closer indeed.
So, yeah, he's definitely closer.
Cool.
3 inches?
Yep.
Straight closer?
Yes,
Straight
thank you.
towards him? Yep.
So I'm going to secure objective 6. I'm going to hit supremacy.
Yep.
No, I'm not, because I've moved off that objective. God damn it. I've been saving that for the whole game going, I'm going to finally get it. But I do have defend objective 3 at the moment, so hopefully I can score that in your turn. Your turn 4.
Alright, so I still have the plague weapon one. Yeah, my Lord Cajun is still alive, so this is still a go as well. And my third card is Witch Hunter, which I can't get.
No, because I don't have a psycho.
So I'm going to throw this one out. And instead, Scour the Skies. Have you? Nope. Oh yeah, you do have.
Oh, I've got a fly keyword.
Fly keyword, yep.
Yep. Celestine and the Seraphim both have the fly keyword.
Okay. He's mortal wound things at the start of the turn, so nothing happens. I don't have to remember regaining wounds on my Demon Prince because he's got too many wounds to regain. So I think we're good to just get cracking. And I'm thinking. I'm going to move these down.
So they don't get shot with missiles?
Yeah. I think there's no windows, right?
No, they're all blocked up.
Just going to scoot them over just to be sure.
Yeah, one of the things we did for the last tournament was we basically boarded up all the windows on most of them. I say all of 90% of the windows on 90% of the buildings.
Yep.
Rather than relying on an abstract ruling to say that you couldn't see through them. It's this way. It's what you see is what you get.
Yep.
Which I think is probably a better result.
The Poxwalkers, I think just to make you fight for it, I want to stay here and hide behind this building. Make you come to me. Cool. And Bellacore though, he's kind of
all alone.
Yeah. With objective 3 actually. It's kind of tempted. Well, your warlord is the Canoness, right?
Right there.
Oof, that's gonna be hard to get. And that's 2 squads?
Yeah, there's 2 squads there.
Okay, I think I'm gonna... okay, so Smite has to go on the closest. And they're toughness 3, yeah?
Yes, they are.
I could actually do a fair bit of damage to Celestine. So what I might do is stay nice and close to her. Make sure she's the closest. Alright, let's try and be tricksy. See if anything pans out.
Well, on the upside, you've got no shooting anymore, so we got psychic and then assault.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to smite Celestine.
Go for it.
6, that's enough.
6, I can't stop it on my 1 dice, so I'm going to spend a command point.
Yep.
To use my Purity Deny on a 4.
No.
Do I spend a command point to re-roll that?
Oh yeah, because that was a different strategy,
yeah.
Hey? Yeah.
It's going to be D3, isn't it?
Yep.
No, go for it.
It's a 1.
She's on 6.
I'll use the 6-inch one, I think, but let me just double check what it does.
The Gift of Chaos.
Yeah.
Is it Gift of Chaos?
Gift of Chaos. If it's greater than your toughness, then you suffer D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. If a character is slain by this power, you can add a chaos spawn. That's cool, I don't have one. I have things that probably look like chaos spawns, but... Okay, so I need to manifest on a 6 first.
Wish I'd saved the deny now.
That's better than I thought, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Goes off.
Goes off.
I've already spent the stratagem for my deny, and I can only do once, so... That is higher than my toughness of 3.
That is higher than toughness.
Yep. So
Crap.
it's D3 plus 3.
Yeah. Crap.
So 4 mortal wounds.
That's still pretty badass.
I am on 2.
Yep.
That's not good.
Ooh.
Assaults.
Alright, Lord of Contagion is charging into your Seraphim.
Okay. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can see you. 3, 6, 7, but it's only 9 shots because one of those that can see you has a combat weapon instead of a bolt pistol. 3 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound?
Yep. Just a bolt pistol.
Yep. 2 plus 8.
Good. Charge.
Whoa, that went the wrong way.
Easy.
Yep.
Just straight ahead?
Yeah, yeah. So, this kind of makes me think now because I don't actually have a reason to kill her at this point, and she's down to 2 wounds. I probably should leave her there. I kind of want to go into a heroic combat because that's the way I roll. But I'm actually going to charge, or Actually, they've got a whole bunch of...
There's 4 melter guns in one squad there, and there's 1 melter gun and 1 flamer in the other.
Where's the flamer?
There's a flamer there. So there's basically, this is the delineation here. So you got the 4 melter guns, and then you got the second squad.
If I charge 1, you get defend. You're going to get defend anyway.
Yes, because I got enough models there.
So maybe I should charge Celestine. I don't know. Because I can't help you. Okay, so what have I got here for a second? And she's got the fly keyword, yeah?
Yes, she does.
All right, I think I should charge her instead. Yep. All right, charging Celestine then.
Overwatch. It's 1 shot.
All right.
Which wounds.
Yeah.
Neg 1.
Okay, so I've got a goes to a 5 anyway.
With a reroll.
Nope.
Takes a wound from my
wound.
burning sword.
Sure does.
Now rolls snake eyes and fails a charge.
7.
I saw the 1. I could see the 1 from where I'm stood, and I went, "Oh, hang on! Oh, it's a 6."
He's supposed to be unaligned, but I reckon secretly he's a
Nurgle friend.
He's definitely a Nurgle. Oh, actually, I might put myself kind of over this way in case it sort of hides me from something. Probably not, but
no, all good.
There we go. That's my charges. So, you've got 2 command points, so you can interrupt. All right, I want to do Bellicor first.
Okay.
Don't actually remember what he does in combat, so no, I've done all that. It'd be funny.
He's actually terrible.
Yeah, he probably is. I think
I don't think he's that terrible. 6 attacks.
6 attacks. Okay, that's
hitting
not bad.
On 2s.
Yep.
And then he's wounding on 2s. Oh, he's got 1 set of talons as well.
Okay.
So he's going to be 6 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yep, all hits.
And they are strength 7, neg 5.
What?
And 3 damage.
He is amazing. Okay.
So everything's wounded. 4 up invulnerables.
I'm confusing with someone else that I thought was amazing.
Watch me save it all. Oh, that's bad. So that's her dead already.
Okay.
I'll roll the rest of them and see if it's worth burning the command points. It's not. So she is very, very dead.
Okay. And I have to consolidate
towards the nearest enemy.
Towards the nearest enemy. So what I'm going to do...
So that'll actually give you Scar the Skies in a minute when we score it.
Yeah, I'm going to go behind this building because I am technically getting closer to you.
Yep.
It might protect me from something. And over there.
Yes.
So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Yep, doesn't reroll that.
Wounding on 2s with reroll 1s because of the plague weapon.
That's good.
There we go.
3 wounds.
6 plus invulnerable with a reroll. No. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
And you get to fight me back.
And I'm going to poke you with a stick because they're no longer a combat unit, as I've discovered. 2 normal attacks. Nothing. And the sergeant. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
He's okay.
So they lost 3, their leadership 8. So I can fail their morale, which I don't.
Yep.
You want to score Scour the Skies?
I do. He wouldn't have a plague weapon, so that won't be that one still.
And that's it.
And this one has to survive. So I'm gonna... Oh, actually, with the plague weapon, I might do it next turn. So I'm gonna hold on to that.
I'm going to score Defend at the end of your turn as well. Because I have held Objective 3 for 2 consecutive turns.
Yep. I was trying to heroically stop that, and I realised that that wasn't going to happen.
So I've got Defend Objective 2 and Secure Objective 4.
2
and
is
Supremacy.
here. 4 is
there.
here.
And I can fall out of combat with the Seraphim again and fly up there. Before I do though, I'm going to do my Axe of Faith. So 2+ first. Goes off. I'm going to let them move as if it was the movement phase, which is a fallback move in this particular instance. So they're basically just going to do that, and then in the movement phase I'll move them again. And then on a 4+, I can do another one with this banner, which I can.
Yep.
I'm going to do it on these guys, and they're going to get a free move.
We played peekaboo, or like whatever, and you found Bellicor.
That's it. Okay, my movement phase is actually going to be pretty brief. So I'm going to drive this thing to there because I can see a lot of contagion down the road there. I'm going to make sure my melter guns are all at half range. I'm going to move these guys 7. Move this squad up to make sure we hold this objective. Get the flamer out in front in case you want to come and charge me. They're going to move up to secure the objective. See if we can kill this lord down here as well. Melter gun. I'm not going to bother moving too much else because I think it's just going to be a waste of time. Go straight to shooting phase. 4 melter guns at Be'lakor.
Yep. I'm just going to turn in so he's
Everyone hits.
facing them.
Oh my god.
Yep.
1 wound. Invulnerable with a reroll.
Nope.
He's going to take 1 damage. That's frustrating. Because I think I can't shoot. Can you see Be'lakor? I can see his hand.
That I just turned. He wasn't actually there, but
No, in that case, when I moved it there, I assumed I could. It was all right. So
it just looks cooler.
so he's definitely closer for them.
Yep.
So melter gun hits wounds. So obviously a Terminator armor save for your Lord of Contagion here.
Yep.
Flamer. 5s. 2. 6. 7. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the Condemner. Although you're not a Psyker, are you?
No.
So the Condemner can go in the same pool. Good volume of hits there, ladies.
Yeah.
5s.
Whoa. Very nice.
There's a few hits there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh wow, that's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, yeah.
2+ armor though, so yeah.
Well, it looked really impressive.
It did look really impressive. I've got 1 melter gun and a flamer, and I've got 2 bolt guns that can see Be'lakor.
Yep.
So come on, melter gun, do some good hits, do some wounds. Of course not. Flamer, wounding on 5s, 1 on Be'lakor.
Yep.
And then 4 bolt gun shots. 5s, 1. And reroll.
Nope.
We'll take a wound. I have 2 multi-melters, 3 multi-melters that are in range of Be'lakor. Actually, he's a character, isn't he?
Yep. Ah.
Can't shoot him.
Yep.
So
Forgot about the Blackberries.
they have to shoot them, but they can't see them. I think that's my shooting phase done. So I'm going to charge the Death Cult at Be'lakor.
Yep.
Because why not? And they've got no worry of Overwatch. Should be enough. I can't tell from here. 5 should be plenty.
Yep.
And we'll roll that out real quick. And that'll be the end of my turn for my 5. And we've got 25 seconds to spare. So we might go a little bit over the 2-hour mark just to finish at least turn 5 for both of us.
Yep.
So I've got 12 attacks on Be'lakor. 4 each. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. Just 1.
Nope, that's a reroll.
I'll
Nope.
take another wound.
I keep rolling the exact same thing when I reroll.
That's their combat done, so you can fight back.
Yep. He has 6 attacks, it was.
Yes, and then Malefic Talons as well.
Hitting on 2s.
And wounding on 2s. Because Bellicor's awesome.
He is. 5 wounds.
This is going to kill the squad, I would suspect. Yeah, it does. For only 1 wound each. I shouldn't have expected that much for 36 points, though, to be honest.
But they look cool. And
so they're dead.
Little pointy blades.
You can pile in if you want. Oh, sorry, you can consolidate.
I may as well, because then I'm in... I don't need to do any whatever.
So that's going to give me secure objective 4. And it's going to give me supremacy, finally.
Yep.
For D3. Hiya!
Very nice.
1, 2, 3. That's into my turn 5.
Alright. Death begets life. I keep picking up my special ones. Yeah, I have to kill at least 7 models. Yep.
With what? Because will Bellicor count for that?
Oh, keep a tally number of enemy models you kill. It doesn't say death guard, so
there you go.
that's handy.
So you should get that this turn.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to send the Poxwalkers in over here. I just want to try and kill things.
So they're going to be just over an inch away.
Regain my honor. Yep. I think I can squeeze. They'll just move at the back.
He's going to come stomping towards me and again just over an inch away.
Yep.
Essentially, he can't fail the charge.
Yeah.
Bellicor's in combat.
Bellicor's in combats.
Plague Marines are in sorry, the Poxwalkers are hiding. Plague
Bearers.
are hiding.
All the plague things.
No shooting. Oh, psychic, sorry. We got Bellicor for his psychic phase.
He may as well smite. Yep.
Goes off. I can't stop it. I can, but I'm not going to.
3 wounds.
Ew.
So he's no longer in combat?
That's a very good point. Because he's not within 1 inch of an enemy model.
I should have
You're
actually
just going to declare a charge anyway.
Yeah. I should have done I should have done my psych powers a different way, because then I could have... Yep, anyway. So, because the 6-inch one, D3 plus 3 at this moment is not really that useful. So I will do...
Whereas Infernal Gaze is still the closest, isn't it?
Enemy unit within 18.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, so I need a 5.
You fail.
I do have...
Command point.
Command point. Trying to think of what I'd use it for, because this is the last turn, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use it now, why not?
Cool.
So
reroll a 1.
No, still not
fails.
enough. That's cool, at least I've used them all. Alright. So yes, there's no shooting, so we're straight into the charges. Bellicor's charging the 1.
Overwatch. Melty gun. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll it.
Yeah.
Hey!
And you use the command point dice, that's cool.
It wounds.
Good thing I used the...
I was hoping that was just going to be a... Boom.
That would be pretty bad.
That would have been amazing.
Different
In combat,
makes it. Doesn't really matter.
I'm going to save us a bit of time, because that's going to
be
a very poor result for her.
Yeah, consolidate even though nothing's happening, just for the sake of it.
Over here, I'm actually going to get some shots though, and there's a chance of me
alright, let's
killing
do the
something.
Poxwalkers.
5 bolt pistols. Nothing. You're going to make that charge.
And Lord of Contagion.
Okay, so Flamer, 4 shots.
Rather than moving them all, I'm just going to move these 2.
Flamer does nothing. Melter gun misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sisters with bolt guns. One wound. Oh! Sneaks a wound through. Does indeed.
Very nice.
And then obviously you can't fail that charge as well.
Cool.
Which would you like to do first? Doesn't matter because I've got no command points left, so swing away.
Yep. Alright, let's do Poxwalkers. So we've got 2, 4, 6,
1, 2,
8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm assuming that he will have ended up with
I don't think
What did you roll for the charge? Because I'm just looking at it going, can you have ended up around... I'm going to
Could
assume...
be. I don't even know if we rolled the charge or not.
I'm going to assume that all of them are fighting.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
11.
22 attacks.
I think it's reasonable to assume that that was a...
15, 22. Well, your dogs are well behaved. Actually, mine are getting better, but in the past I'd be like, oh, I'm going to put that in my mouth. Alright, I still have more than 10, so 4s.
Yeah, only because I keep dying and giving you more of them.
Those were hits. Yeah, that's true. And 4s.
4s again. Because we are not Space Marines. But that's enough to kill the squad.
It could be.
It doesn't.
Nah. I do get one back, but it doesn't matter. And
I'm going to hopefully kill that one back.
The Lord of Contagion.
Yes.
Oh, he can be a dice. There we go. Hitting on 2s. Yep. Wounding on 2s. Yep.
And 6+. No. 1, 2.
It's all the same squad, yeah.
3, yeah. 4. And then when I consolidate, I'm going to roll that one out. There's no point in me fighting with the Seraphim if this is the final turn, because they can't kill anyone, and they've only lost one model, so they can't fail morale. So it's neither here nor there for them. It's just whether I can sneak through. Although with a 2+ armor save, I don't want my chances.
Because if I survive, I get an extra point.
So I've got 7 attacks, 4s, because we're not up. There we go.
Oh, number of models I kill matters as well.
2 wounds.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
disgusting resilient. Drops him another wound. So you killed 1 Seraphim and you killed 4 sisters there, so it's 5, and you killed 6 in total in combat.
Does
the psychic
just in general
in the whole turn?
Yep.
So 6 plus another 3 is 9.
So I've killed at least 7.
Yes.
So that's handy. Is that the?
That's the end of it.
So I've killed at least 7 this turn, so I get a point there, which is handy.
Yep. You survived the turn with your Lord of Contagion. That's another one. But you didn't finish me with a plague weapon.
Take a leadership check. I don't think I'll be able to.
I lost 4.
Yeah. So.
My leadership is 7, so no.
It still has to be last one was slain by it, so I don't think that would work.
Neither of us have line breaker. Because
we've kind of just sort of met in the
deployment zones have kind of hodled off, so the final score is 10-7 in favour of the sisters.
Yeah.
Only just.
Yeah,
but,
that's actually closer than it felt.
Turn 6 would have been interesting, I think, because at that point I'm sort of going...
Well, Bellacor's got 2 wounds left.
Be'lakor is standing in front of multiple melter guns again.
Yep.
And hopefully he doesn't survive a second volley. I'd fall them back, move those sisters over and try and clean that out so then I could exorcist him. And at that point you'd have to leave cover to let me to walk towards me, and I think the game protracted. I think the game 7-10 turns would be mine, but I think the result's pretty good given the game we had. I think 10-7's about right.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
That was awesome. Thanks, G.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I had a couple more objective cards because I was pretty spread out, and I made sure I had most of the objectives, and then you ended up getting the objective cards.
Yeah, I had a few good. So that supremacy card I drew round 1 finally came to fruition turn 4.
Yeah. But you got 3 points for that, so it's pretty.
Yeah, that's true because that changes the score from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So that literally it stops it from being what would have been essentially a draw.
Yeah.
And just out of interest, kill point wise, you pick up Celestine, you pick up the assassins, you pick up the tank. But I think that's it.
Yeah, I think
for my army. There's lots of casualties.
You've got the blow drone, the blight hauler, demon prince, plague marines, and the soul grinder.
So it's what 6 to
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 to 3. So again, very, very close in kills as well. That was awesome.
And I had to kill Celestine twice. So.
Yes, you did kill Celestine twice. So technically it's 4, but no, that was awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, well, we're going to pack up. We'll do a quick wrap up for everyone. But we hope you enjoyed the game, and we'd love to have Ghislaine back again for another game with she's got a demon army. She's got a beautiful elder army as well. So maybe once we get the Dark Eldar Codex, we can do a civil war and run Dark Eldar v Craftworld Eldar.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But thank you very much for coming on, and we'll be back in a second to wrap up.
Hi, we're here with Ghislaine and Mike, and they've just played a 1500 point 2.25 hour game with Sisters of Battle versus Death Guard. So how did it go?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, really good fun. It was a good game. We neither of us had played these armies before, which made it really interesting.
Yeah. So I think we were quite nice to each other in terms of...
Yeah, there were more than a few moments of confusion and rulebooks and whatnot. We played a new mission that neither of us had played before either. So
I did hear at the beginning of the game, Mike, you were making quite a few excuses about how old the army was and how long it had been.
I was just disappointed that my 2,000 point army is only 1,500 now.
But it's good 1,500.
It was. It seemed to work pretty well. I was pretty pleased with it.
Yeah. So just talk us through the mission. What was that?
So it was from Chapter Approved. It was mission 6 on their new Maelstrom chart called Recon. So basically it meant you only got a third of your army to deploy, and then the other 2/3 came in either turn 1 or turn 2 at the end of the movement phase. So both of us kind of ended up with only a handful of units for turn 1, and then we got most of our reinforcements end of turn 1, and then the rest of them in turn 2, which made the first turn or two pretty quick actually, because both of our armies are infantry, so we kind of spent the first 20 minutes doing 2 turns and then the next hour and a half slogging through the next 3.
Yeah.
So it was a good mission though. It was kind of fun because it meant that you couldn't just set up, like if I'd just been able to deploy as a big gun line, the whole army, I think it would have been quite a boring game because I outshot G's army significantly and she would have just had to walk towards me and hope that enough of them lived when they got there. So I think it made the game much more dynamic in my mind.
Yeah, I look forward to getting Typhus painted up so I can buff up those box bookers, and he's coming up pretty soon. But
we definitely
they still didn't do too badly the box bookers.
They fought their way through. There's still like 11 or 12 of them at the end of the game, and that was on one unit. I didn't touch the other unit because she put them down and went, I don't want to walk out there, and they stood on an objective the whole game.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get a couple of objective cards and be like, here's a free point, and then
it didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen, but that's all right.
Well, the game was still only 10 points to 7 at the end, and the only reason it was 10 to 7 and not 8 to 7 was I had a D3 card, which I rolled a 3 for.
Yeah.
So the game was really, really close, and turn 6 only shuffled it 1 more point in my favour when we worked it out.
Yeah.
So it would have
we
been...
picked up the cards and everything.
Yeah, you picked up the cards, but it sounded like that you got the objective cards that you were looking for.
Yeah,
but I had as well.
Yeah.
So I would have scored 3 more points. Ghislaine would have scored 2.
Yeah.
So it doesn't blow it out to 10-point differentials, but it would have ended up a couple of points in my favour, I think, regardless. Yeah. Just because I had a good draw and Ghislaine had a couple of the specific... so she was using the Death Guard deck, so there were ones...
Quite a few come up.
Yeah, specific to her faction, whereas I don't have those. So I was using the generic cards, so she was getting ones that she had to achieve that was specific to some of her units, and that can make them more complex to win, like just to score points with.
But more heroic if you do. So
yes.
That's right.
And you got your Plague Lord, or your Lord of Contagion survived the whole game. He was worth a points to you.
I didn't get the Plague Weapon.
No, you didn't. You tried.
I got pretty close. But
particularly with Celestine. That was probably my favourite part of the game.
Yeah, that was
We had a rules interaction which neither of us knew how to resolve, and so we ended up just rolling a dice and going, on a 4+ it works this way, on a 1 to a 3 it works that way, and then we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And it's one I'll have to go and look up, because essentially the sisters have a rule that lets them act out of sequence, which let me act out of sequence. I killed one of Ghislaine's vehicles, it exploded, killed...
That's always fun.
I used the command point to make sure
it exploded. Then my characters died because she was on 1 wound. So she then she's an angel, so she respawns. And I put her back on the table, and then we went, that's all happened before the start of the turn because of the ability I used.
Yeah.
So do I now get to move or not? Because we haven't hit the movement phase yet. And there were 2 of those interactions. That was the main one. There was another one where I'd moved a unit and went, well, I can advance. Does that count for later in the turn when advancing has penalties? But I haven't done it in my turn yet. So I've now got to go and have a read and have a look in the FAQ and see if there's some clarification.
Yeah. It's probably out there. We haven't
experienced it to be able to know that.
But on the fly, we kind of went, you know what? We'll just roll a dice. We don't know how to resolve that. And I suppose that's something that we'd encourage people at a lot of tournaments. If it's not like a massive big deal, as long as you and your opponent agree, rolling a dice and just moving on with the game, it meant we resolved it in, a minute? 2 minutes of conversation, and we went, we don't know.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that? Yep, cool. And we played on.
Yeah.
So, you still killed her a second time, though.
We did. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it was a good game, though.
Cool. So, Mike, you'd got somewhat of an idea around what Ghislaine was going to be bringing, because it was a similar army to what you took to First Blood.
Yep.
Just with some added extras, but you obviously had no idea what Mark was bringing because he had no idea what he was bringing either. So when you first saw his army, where did you think that you were going to have strengths and weaknesses versus that army?
It's funny because I found out he was going to play with sisters yesterday on your live stream. Otherwise, I would have been really surprised actually, because I don't know if I knew that you had a sisters
No,
army.
most people don't know I have
So
them.
that was pretty awesome.
Got pretty much most of them out in the dungeons. So.
Usually you'd expect pointy ears, but yeah, no, so that's good.
I've deliberately not gone pointy ears for this game, partly because I know you play them as well, but partly because I want to play. I'm known for playing Eldar in Perth, and I went, no, I've got other armies, so I'm going to start pulling those out. I don't play with them at tournaments. They're fun armies that I've built over the years that aren't necessarily able to be used accurately in 8th edition, so I'll just pull them out and put them on the table and actually get some game time with them.
Especially for more of a fun game. So and then when I saw it, I was like, all right, there's lots of infantry, lots of big guns.
Yeah.
So it's a case of trying to get up there as quickly as possible, but I'm not the fastest army, so I kind of went fairly aggressive with my bigger stuff, which worked to some extent, but then obviously it also...
You made a lot of those disgusting resilient rolls at the start of the game.
At the start, yeah, it was crazy.
She was just... she's got a rule, for every point of damage they take, they roll a dice on a 5 or a 6, they ignore it. And I hit one of the vehicles with a bunch of... My man of the match unit, my multi-melter retributors, they're dealing 1d6 damage each for the 4 of them, and if I'm within 12 inches, it's 2d6 pick the highest. So normally 4 of them...
you were rolling lots of high...
Yeah, they were actually rolling pretty well the whole game, but there was one sequence there where I fired all 4 of them, hit with all 4 of them, wounded with all 4 of them, and then Ghislaine's gone, I take 2 points of damage, because she's just gone all 5s and 6s.
Sweet.
And if it weren't for the fact I was able to use the Act of Faith to fire them twice every turn...
my soul grind, I really suffered from that.
Yeah, because in 5 shooting phases, they fired 10 times, which they shouldn't be doing, but it's one of the army benefits, and that's one of the reasons why I'm really keen now to see how much I can play with this army to make it really sing, because I think there's something there.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's some plastic ones soon.
Yes.
Except I think I've probably just reset the clock again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Mark, when you were looking at Ghislaine's army, where did you think that you were going to have to... I guess, what were your thoughts?
I know for me, I needed to kill the Blight Hauler, the Blight Drone, and the Soul Grinder, because that's where all the firepower and shooty stuff comes from. And for me, I knew if I could keep her at arm's reach, where she's got no guns and only a couple of psychic powers that I can kind of live with, then I can just keep shooting and just keep shooting and just keep shooting, because every time we made combat, I basically lost units. There was only Celestine was actually really effective in combat. Everything else... Oh, my Canonist got in and killed that bloat drone, but that was more of a... but yeah, every time she charged me, I basically lost combat.
That Overwatch on the bloat drone.
Yes, that was the multi-melters.
Yeah, that was brutal.
They must have fired at least... That must be 11 times then, or 12 times in a 5-turn game. Because it got
terrifying. Down to 1 wound, so I don't remember how many...
Yeah,
I think it had only lost... I was down to 6 wounds, so I lost 5 wounds.
Yeah, it did 5 from one of the multi-melters, yeah. But yeah, it's... it was a really interesting one, because I knew that once they were down, it meant she had to cross the board to me. And losing the Demon Prince early was another problem, because her Warlord was exposed in the middle of the table trying to deny me points, which meant that...
He did get me 2 points.
He did get you 2 points, and then got me Slay the Warlord and other things as he stood in the middle and went, oh. But no, I was really impressed with the fact that even when I did kill them all with shooting, they kept coming and they kept coming and they didn't die. And I think the only reason that turn 6s and 7 and beyond what we finished playing would have seen me win was just because I could keep backing up and just keep shooting. And I think I finally would have... it might have taken 10 or 11 turns to do it, but I think I probably would have done it eventually. So, yeah.
So despite the fact that you didn't win, did you find that strategy, that you had to change that as you were going? Or were there any points in it where you went, oh, this is really not working, I need to rethink how I'm kind of addressing this and go a different way?
Good question. I think I didn't have much choice in terms of, well, because I was sitting back on objectives and I was a little bit, nasty is the wrong word, but I picked a deployment with most of the objectives because I knew I could sit on it pretty happily, and it was, I thought, a fair assumption to get at least a couple of points that way, which I didn't get. And like I said, if I had Typhus in the list, especially because you don't have any deep striking style units, I didn't have to sort of cover the board or anything. So I probably would have been a lot more aggressive with my Poxwalkers, and then come back if I had to.
Whereas that one unit you had hanging all the way back essentially did nothing the whole game because you were kind of waiting for a card that never came, and it meant I didn't have to worry about them.
Yeah. So I guess that would be the difference is use them a bit more to hide my characters a bit better, because I'd have them behind something, but then once that model died, obviously they'd be pretty exposed. Yeah. So I guess that would be the main one.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you would consider adding Typhus to your army if you perhaps had a wife that was slightly more kind and considerate than I was. What kind of changes would you want to make to the army?
I don't know yet. I think I'd.
Good. Let's start with that.
I've got the new Celestine and the Gemini out there in the dungeon, so I could easily update my Celestine model and update her 2 bodyguards as well. Yeah. I don't know whether they would have done me any good, but I would have ditched the Death Cult Assassins in exchange. It's probably a straight swap, and they're definitely better than the Death Cult.
Yeah, so that's it. They're still
but look, I mean, in all honesty, if you wanted to run competitive Sisters, you actually want to go back to Forge World and get a kit that they no longer produce, which is a shame, which was the Sisters of Battle Repressor, which is essentially Ghislaine killed my Immolator Heavy Flamer tank. It's basically the same tank, but it's got a standard Heavy Flamer on it instead of the extended range double shot one. But all the guys or gals inside can fire out of it. Yeah. Which meant I could have put my whole army.
I noticed that a few times through. You kept going, and he's going to do it. Glenn's going, she.
No, but that was her army. That was a big monster drone. That wasn't my sisters.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry.
No, so the repressors mean that you can put
It's a monster, it can be.
Yeah.
I don't know if demons have gender, but...
so I'd basically get a handful of these tanks, which would then let me put all the infantry in the tanks with all the firepower retained, but then instead of Ghislaine being able to charge toughness 3 weak targets, she then has to chew through toughness 7 tanks before she gets to the little ones, and I'm still shooting all the while. So my initial thought is I'd lose the Seraphim, because I had to drastically rethink them, because in past editions they've been an assault unit. So in this game I've moved up, I fired all their guns, I've charged, I've picked up the rulebook and gone, they're not assault units anymore.
No.
That's bad. And
they gave me a few Poxwalkers.
Yeah, and then they quickly became a unit that just bounced around going, we need this objective, score! We need this objective, score! Yeah.
I think for me, one thing I would do if I had more things painted, and it's in the process right now, is to go full Death Guard, and rather than the Soul Grinder, have a Plague Burst Crawler, things like that.
Yes,
that would sit back and
Bellicor, though,
he was awesome,
amazing.
Mate. So, yeah.
He's definitely one that I think you should consider. Maybe a Nurgling's troop choices.
Yeah.
So 3 Nurglings and Bellicor to make a minimum patrol.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Like, I was very impressed. I thought someone had told me he got worse in 8th edition.
Yeah, because I thought he used to be bad in close combat. Either that or
no, he always wounded on 2s in combat. He was really good.
So I think I've got him confused with someone else. I just expected him to be like really cool at psychic powers, but not so good in combat. And then he got there, and I'm like, oh well, let's look it up.
Oh
what?
God. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was pretty great.
So he was your man of the match.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he would have to be in this case. Normally my Demon Prince does do quite well, like my Warlord. In this case, because if you don't manage to kill him kind of in one go, pretty much what you did, then he just sticks around because he regains wound, 2 wounds a turn, because 1 in your player turn, 1 in my player turn. Yeah. So he can really stick around with a 2+ armor save as well.
So he started with 8 wounds, and I did 2 to him in my turn 1, and then...
Regained it, it was on 7 wounds, and then you got 7 wounds, and that's with a 2+ armor save, 5+ invulnerable, 5+...
Disgusting resilient. Yeah, really hard to put down. But he's still re-rollable saves.
Yeah. So he's got a 4+ save and
5+ demon.
5+ demon.
And then re-rolls on top of that for both of those.
Yeah.
So putting him down, he's still 8 wounds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that... Oh, okay, hang on a minute.
I don't know what his Warlord traits and stuff are, so I'd have to have a look, but
he's definitely one that, for his price, he's probably worth at least considering for most Chaos armies, because he does a very good job of murdering things.
Yeah. He's got so many offensive psychic powers, it's good fun as well.
I think
that
you mentioned that
one was brutal.
But you messed up. You were saying during the game you messed up the order of operations there with the psychic powers, because she cast a power and then went, oh, hang on, if I cast the other power first, it would have finished a squad, and then she could have cast the second power on something more appropriate, and instead she had to essentially change what she was going to do, which was less efficient.
Yeah.
But this is something we noticed when you start recording these games and talking them through, is you start spotting some of those as you're playing.
Yeah.
So
it's just, I don't normally, since with the Demon Prince especially, I haven't had a lot of psychos recently, so I just only get to pick one. So it's like, okay, if I'm offensive, I go smite. If I, defensive, I buff up the
He's
box
much more of a toolbox.
Yeah, so you need to obviously have a bit more of a think. So, yeah.
But I suppose that's one of the positives that we're hoping with this, is that you get to practice with your, and like Michael said.
And versing systems for the first time as well.
Yeah, but as you're sort of talking it out, you do kind of get this kind of mental process of going, oh yeah, actually this would be a better way. And we're hoping, I guess, that the people watching it go, that's interesting, and kind of pick that up as well. So, double bonus.
Learn from my mistakes.
That's it.
I wouldn't say mistakes. You didn't make any. I think the only mistake I would attribute is those plague bearers. When they walked on, you walked them onto an objective and kind of stood there, and I knew you were waiting for a card, but I was also expecting you to just string them out so that there was one still nearby, so that the rest of the unit, and the same with the poxwalkers, I was kind of expecting you to string them out for as long as possible, and then get to a point where you go, okay, you know what, now I need to worry about coherency and those sorts of things.
Yeah, I was trying to, for the poxwalkers in particular, because they don't get an armor save unless they're in cover, that's kind of what I got stuck with, without them being buffed.
But I suppose they've still got a 5+ disgusting, it's essentially a 5+ invulnerable most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
But I was definitely expecting this wall of, that slowly got thinner as you got closer because you strung them out to the objectives, and that kind of let me, when particularly late game where I was going, okay, I don't need to worry about them because you only move 4 inches.
I'm not doing anything with them. At that point, it was too late.
So
I think they're actually quite a versatile unit, because you can use them to obviously block your deployment zone. You can do all sorts of different things with them. I'm still learning.
Like I said, that'd be my only thing I'd suggest next time is, I'd string them out and just kind of put more models out in front of me, because if you notice, particularly whenever one of your characters or one of your big monsters was in front of me, they absorbed a huge amount of my firepower before they went down. And if you'd put even 10 poxwalkers nearby, then you're starting to make me go, do I shoot the 2+ armor wounding on 5s with my bolt guns, or do I shoot my bolt guns at the little things?
And obviously if it's a character, you don't even have that choice.
No, so it'll take some of the pressure off the bloat drones and the blight haulers and things like that as well. But I don't know, I think it'd take more testing to figure out the right combo for you. I still think that blight hauler though, 3 to 6 of those would be amazing, because that was a nasty little thing.
I do really like those.
The good part about them is they're easy build and they're cheap. So they're not like you're going and spending $100 a tank for 3 tanks. You're going and spending $35 Australian. So it's probably more like 15 to 20 in the rest of the world.
How many points?
140. I'm going to go with 7, but I'm not sure about that.
140-ish, and they shoot well, they fight in combat well, they've got a short-range anti-infantry.
If you've got 3 of them, they shoot better.
And they've also got the defensive buff for other models around them.
And I don't know if you would have noticed, I did a conversion on mine, because I've actually got 2. I had 2 at First Blood, and because they just build one way, they only have one weapon choice. So I put some sort of gross, fleshy stuff on there that's very Nurgle. So it's a good opportunity to kind of play around with as well. But
Well, we've got photos of that army as well, so I know Emma's going to edit those and we'll put them up on the website as well.
Yeah, that will be part of the spotlight on painting.
Okay.
Because it's a very, very lovely looking army.
I still have a couple of details on that, but that never stops, I guess.
No, it never stops.
A bit more blood effects and hazard straps and things like that on some of the...
Oh, hazard straps. I still have nightmares over hazard straps. And that's on terrain where they're big. So.
Now on the little cables and stuff on the axes. And
on the wires, and they're all deteriorated as well, so they're not a solid cable, so she's going to have to paint them, and then there'll be a gap, and then another bit, and then enjoy yourself.
I did it on Mortarion already. I haven't finished him, but that was on.
Oh, we'll have to make sure we get a game with Mortarion then when you are finished, because that'd be a good one to have.
And did you find any models? So, did you find any models that let you down? So, Mike, you said that you perhaps chose the wrong model. That wasn't necessarily that it let you down. I think you just didn't know how to use it in this new edition. But did you find any models let you down?
Only for me, it was the Death Cult and the Seraphim. I don't know what you thought of them, but my Seraphim kind of shot a little bit and more useful. I think I'd take 2 squads of 5 and just use them to move around, claiming objectives and just because they can double move.
And because they have fly, they just get out of combat and stuff. So they're quite good in that sense.
I don't think
not as
running
an offensive.
No, not as an attacking unit. And the Death Cult Assassins were just I think you need a full squad of 10, and you put them in a vehicle, and then you drive them at something, and you get out, and you don't try and charge Bellicor. Because they charged Bellicor, did 1 wound, and then all got murdered. But no, I think, the Sisters don't have that much variety. They're an army that was released in 2nd edition with a metal model range that you can't really convert. You're kind of left with what you've got. You can't do too much to them. And most of the vehicles are out of production as well, which hurts just as much. Because I know a lot of players run 3 Exorcists. I've got 1. It was an absolute pig of a kit to build because it's all metal. And there's the amount of green stuff that's holding that thing together would terrify a hobbyist. And you can't buy the kit anymore. And the same with the immolator. I'd love to have more immolators, but because the plastic clear canopy went out of production, the whole kit got scrapped.
Oh, that's such a shame.
So, you'd never know. The amount of boxes that come in this house, you'd never know.
What about you? Did you find any let you down?
I don't think anything let me down as such. I would have liked to pass another few saves on my Demon Prince, keep him around and be a pain and regain wounds.
Yeah, but as soon as you told me that, I just went, no, that...
Yeah, of course you're going to target everything, and that's how.
And the only reason he only took 2 wounds the first time is because I rolled a 2 for the damage instead of a 5 or a 6.
Yeah. So I can't exactly complain, and I did put him right in the middle of the board, so that's, and then I guess the plague bearers didn't do anything, but that's on me, not on them. So it got to the point of the game where I was like, well, I'm just going to hide them to try and stop you from having the moral victory of tabling me. But that's pretty much it, yeah.
And if you look back at the game, now that you've come to the end of it and we know what the result is there anything that you think, oh, if I'd done that differently, the result might have changed?
If I'd done something differently... Well, again, I think as we were talking, if I'd spread out the poxwalkers a bit and, not assumed that my awesome big stuff is going to survive and protect my characters. But...
With the range on the Soul Grinder... And because of where the objectives were, I was almost expecting you to put him where you put that back in of Poxwalkers on that back objective.
Yeah.
And then use him as
and not have a negative to hit every time.
And then use him as fire support and use the plague bearers to screen him and hopefully force me across the board into that.
Yeah.
That sort of gun.
Because he's Nurgle, Mark of Nurgle, and with the Death Guard army, I kept thinking I wouldn't have a negative, and every time I'd get to shoot him, I'm like, because
the Death Guard don't take the -1 to hit for moving with heavy weapons, and he's Mark of Nurgle, but he's not Death Guard.
And then when he got towards the end, because he'd lost so many wounds, it was a case of, well, I may as well try and get him in close combat, and that's why I kept advancing at that point.
Yeah, and then the multi-melters fired again.
Yeah, and he almost got into combat with Celestine, but didn't make the charge. So.
And then you fluffed the attacks with the Blight Hauler.
Yeah.
So that was what allowed me to reduce it to 1 wound, and then in the following, in my turn, triggered the weird event, which let me kill it without it being my turn yet. So, or it was my turn, but I have to go and read that one because I don't know how that's actually officially resolved, if there is a resolution for it.
And it was a really close game. So is there anything that you think that if you'd done differently, you could have created a bigger gap in that score?
No, look, I was scoring. I got a bit stubborn at the very start when I held on to Supremacy for the whole game. And you need to hold 3 objectives to gain Supremacy. And I got to a point where I went, I hold 3, looked at the table and went, I've moved that unit and I don't hold that one. Because I hold 2. Because I still hold 2. And I got caught up in a moment where I went, I need to start filling a gap because I'd started losing models in a unit. And I literally went, I've got 3. No, I don't. That was turn 4. I did that, because turn 5 I've then moved.
Turn 5, you got it.
I moved the tank up onto the objective and went, right, now I'm getting it.
And it was worth it because you got 3 points
out of it. I did get 3 points out of it, which changed the score from 8-7 to 10-7.
But I suppose if you discarded it super early, you could have gotten
cycled through the cards, But I think when I looked at that and I went 3, I went, I'm on 1, there's 1 in the middle, there's 1 over there. I was kind of banking on getting it turn 2, and then I got denied the defend card, which also cost me Supremacy at the same time, because Ghislaine shot me off and pushed me off an objective. And then the following turn, I thought I had an objective when I charged the Seraphim into the Poxwalkers, and then realised, this unit's actually terrible in combat, and I shouldn't have done that. And that cost me another turn trying to then recover another objective. So it was stubborn pride making me hold it and going, no, I am going to score this card before the end of the game.
And you got it eventually.
I did get it eventually, turn 5, but I did get it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like Ghislaine says, I could have ditched it turn 1 and then tried to cycle the deck.
You never know. And same, looking at the next couple of cards coming on my side, it was objectives, so I had 2 very easy cards to get. So if I decided to discard
the problem you had though was you had that card for the Lord where you draw it, you name a character, and as long as the character survives the battle, you score the card.
But you have to keep it.
But you have to keep it, and because you only get 3 cards in your hand, you go, if you draw it...
And you can only discard 1 a turn, right?
Yeah.
So at the end I was discarding cards, but early on I kept all my cards, I think, once or twice. So I could have maybe gotten those couple in there, but I think I scored some of those anyway. So it's just hard to know.
And, I mean, you got First Blood, I got Slay the Warlord, no one got Linebreaker, so...
Yeah, it really neatly stayed in across the diagonal as well.
Every time one of us pushed out of the deployment zone, they died.
Yeah.
So, no, we'll stand over here and...
The no man's land was,
It was a kill zone.
Very clearly defined.
Well, it was literally a kill box. When we finished turn 5, Be'lakor was on 3 wounds?
2.
2?
At the end, yeah.
And he was stood in front of most of my guns.
Yeah, so
and I went,
probably
I'm going to shoot you and hopefully kill you.
Yeah.
The Lord of Contagion was on 3 in combat, but... Hopefully, again, I would have tried to fall back, but the way she'd positioned it meant I couldn't kill him. I had to shoot Poxwalkers, and then there were Plague Bearers and more Poxwalkers. And if it weren't for the fact the board control I had in the middle, the game would have... Like, if she'd pushed me back into the corner where I had nowhere to run, then she would have essentially denied me scoring cards turns 3, 4, and 5.
Yep.
So that kind of helped me in that regard. I need more Flamers against your army.
Yeah, I need, I would have loved to have a second block drone, things like that against you. That would be great.
Or the plague, the
hauler as well.
The hauler.
Yeah.
And I think swapping those.
And the plague burst crawler maybe instead of the assault rifle.
That's like the Vindicator style tank, isn't it? It's
got the big mortar,
the big gun, and then flamers as well.
You can give it plague spitters. I gave the one I'm building. I haven't actually done it yet. It's going to have entropy cannons, which are
more big guns.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's a list doing the rounds at LVO that was like 8 of those.
Yeah.
So someone found a good thing and spammed it.
Yeah.
But that's the LVO way. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of my shopping way. Buy something that you like, buy it in 4 different colours. Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
She just likes hers in camo green.
Yeah. Cool. Have you got any final thoughts about the game?
No, I had a really good time. It was a game that, while I think we were both trying to win, we took it casually and we had fun and we were very flexible in some of the mistakes we both made.